Got something in my eye. Previously on Darkest Heresy.
Episode 48. Last Rites. Lucius had heard about the progress that the Acolytes had made during their free time. Arnold had started putting the Orpheans to work, screening them for useful candidates and incorporating them into the crew. He had also started work at improving ship morale in his own unique style. Alexa had started to forge together unlikely allies, forming a bond between the engineers and the tech adepts, and setting them to work at manufacture of servitors. Designs were completed for a new onboard factorum, the facility for experimental automated robotics. Beyond that, Alexa had crafted a weapon of unparalleled killing potential for Arnold, and she had named it Final Darkness. Yarn separated Arnold from the cursed axe Phobos and sequestered it from harm. He had supported the others with their plans, and he had begun work on studying the grimoire of demonic lore taken from Reptile Marino. Quintius had elegantly infiltrated the port gunnery section of the ship, using Arnold's recruitment scheme as a cover, and he had found out the traitor Derek Schneider working for Spinebreaker, the one who had tried to recruit Yarn. This traitor had been broken and forced to give up the names of the other conspirators. The Inquisitor dispatched his bodyguard Kiyoshi and bid him to take 3 squads of Inquisitorial Guard led by Yuki, Mattis and him. They were to round up the traitors and confine them for the tender care of Jagannatha. Nathaniel was to determine if any clues could be found connecting the names to other conspirators as yet undiscovered. Lucius spelt out the next phase of the campaign. The Acolytes were to board Ridge Station and purchase assets to support the upcoming campaign. Money was limited, and there would be much and more for them to purchase. They must be wise. There were traps here to ensnare the unwary. The Acolytes must find intel on 4 sectors of interest, one of which would be the next chapter in the adventure. Then Lucius discussed a threat to the ship, the demonkin that had been purchased by Nixius at the behest of the good doctor, Laura, and Quintius. Quintius and Nixius argued and bickered. Quintius jabbed at the damage inflicted upon the ship following its jaunt into the asteroid field. Nixios was outraged that he had been lied to, that the mission to purchase mutant slaves and a manservant had not been the Inquisitor's orders, but had been some whim of Quintius. Lucius tried to smooth things over. As far as he could see it, there were 3 options. Destroy the demonkin, if that were possible. Control it, using the Book of Lies. Or reason with it and try and make it a willing ally. He confessed that he was scared of the tentaculate. Lucius judged it a threat to the entire ship. Alexa had another idea. Weaponize the creature, convert it into a torpedo, and fire it into Spinebreaker's ship.
Yes!
Lucius...
He's a fucking genius. He really is.
Pause for Johnny. Lucius liked that idea, but it was not without its risks. Firstly, the demonkin seemed to be stirring. The good doctor wasn't sure that it was truly sedated. The good doctor thought that it was only pretending. The meeting came to a close, and Inquisitor told the acolytes that he was pleased. They had all stepped up beyond his expectations. And Lucius warned his acolytes to prepare for combat. Only Arnold was truly ready. Jan stayed back. He had another course of action to suggest. He proposed a use of demon weapons to combat the Space Marines which were in service as Spinebreaker. Lucius counselled against bringing Phobos out of containment. It had been a near impossible task to prise it from the hands of Arnold. If Arnold were to grasp the axe again, he would never give it up a second time. No. Jan proposed the forging of a new weapon, one binding the tentaculate and weaponizing it in a different fashion. Jan considered himself strong of mind. He had the ability to bind the creature to his will and to avoid the corruption of chaos. Hubris! Within the Sea of Souls, a huge entity, ancient, beyond knowing, regarded the torchlight that is the soul of Jan and tested the boundaries of his defences. It had been watching him for quite some time. The acolytes went about their meandering. Arnold went to get some shut-eye. He was spent. Quintius discovered the source of the ringing in his ears. He'd thought it was down to a bullet that he had put into Derek Schneider's brain. He had fired his auto pistol in the confined space of the shower block. But the ringing came from a gemstone that he had found weeks ago, during the attack of bandits upon the Orphean Express. Tucked into the boot of one of the bandits had been a pouch containing 2 beautiful gemstones, each distinct in nature. He'd been told that these were soul stones that could house the spirit of a living being. These psychoreceptive crystals were incredibly rare and costly. He had traded one for a pair of exceptional shoes, crafted from the hide of some unique sea mammal.
And you
Pause.
can't make it.
Pause.
Huh?
Pause for Johnny.
Incredible. The things that they do. We're on the count, it's happened to start.
The second he had kept. Who knew when it might come in handy? And now the stone gave off a keening, high-pitched noise on the edge of hearing. And upon looking on it, Quintius saw that the crystal had appeared charged, giving off a heterogeneous aura, twisting, unreal. Quintius put 2 and 2. I won't apologise for my vocabulary. Quintius put 2 and 2 together.
I enjoyed that.
Perhaps he had not kept his word after all. Alexa listened to the warning of the Inquisitor and upgraded her combat potential. She had started work upon her machine gun, looted from Grimsport, days ago, but abandoned it instead for work upon the Great Chain Axe, Final Darkness. This machine gun had had a certain rot inside of it, and she had stripped it down, cleaned it, and had some new sections refashioned. Alexa now set to completing the manufacture, reducing the weight of the weapon, and reassembling it. Alexa anointed the weapon with sacred machine oil. The work was finished quickly. She'd already done the hardest part. The finished item was streamlined, reliable, but without sacrificing any of its killing potential. Alexa was no longer reliant upon a las pistol. Quintius studied in the medbay with Nurse Anastasia. He wanted to make himself useful to the team. He wanted to be able to patch them up if they took a wound on the battlefield.
Yeah, right.
Quintius made slow progress, but he was persistent. Meanwhile, Cell 54 pottered around as well. Courtney finished identifying the sword that they had taken from Luke. Luke was Reptile's bastard and marshalled the defence of his father's art gallery. Lucius and his inquisitorial army had come and broken the family and their power. The acolytes of Cell 53 had spearheaded the assault and crushed the mutant fanatics. Luke had seen his entire world brought crashing down around him, and by the time Cell 53 had reached him, he was broken by the failure. He had been unable to defend his home and his people. The family had been totally outmatched by the forces of the Inquisition. Luke had been captured on a whim and met his ends at the hands of Nixios for sedition. But some of his possessions were items of power. The nails prized out of his skull were the greater of these. But the sword too had value. What would Courtney do with these items now that she'd seen the nature of them with her third eye? Perhaps she would forget about them. Cletus had got his head down. He had needed some shut-eye. He was spent. Tommy Lee and Nixios went on an adventure to the corpse dump. Tommy Lee had reasons, so many reasons. We may never know them all. We may never know all the things that were said. The debates, the arguments and the counter-arguments. Tommy Lee needed to give the last rites. Nixios sat there trying to make sense of the madman. In the end, it was perhaps easier just to go along with it. At the corpse dump, there were a couple of engineers in their full galvanised rubber suits. Tommy Lee needed to remove the mask. He needed to see into their eyes. But alas, Tommy Lee didn't have a knife. Perhaps shattering his hourglass and using a shard of broken glass to cut the galvanised mask was the best approach. The hourglass, an item of value and craftsmanship, was duly smashed. Nixios went for the clasp at the back of the engineer's head and removed the mask in a more conventional fashion. And what he saw was a hideous visage. This engineer was undoubtedly heavy with corruption. A mutant, serving on board the Malevolence. Undoubtedly, Lucius was aware of this. Nixios, as ever, took things in his stride. It took a lot to ruffle his feathers. Tommy Lee administered the last rites. He had done his duty. The souls of the engineers were sent upon their way, and their bodies were committed to the automated incinerators. So guys, that's where we're going to begin today's game. We are on day 12 of Power Play. Most of you have kind of done your days already in that regard. So we'll do a bit of Cell 54. There's also a bit of stuff kind of unresolved from Cell 53 as well. In that during the meeting with the Inquisitor, you received 1,000 credits of like armory credit, and I think Arnold had, or rather Hayden had gone to sleep at that point, and so we kind of left the divvying up of that loot to be decided, and that's not been resolved. So that might be something that you might want to do as well. But where we're going to start off today's game, we're going to be in Cell 54's chamber. This is, let's see, so what have we done? So Tommy Lee and Nixius, you return from the corpse dump. So what we did at the end of the last game is that Nixius, you will go off at some point to do some research on the Styrics, and Tommy Lee, you'll do a bit more painting. But for the time being, we can, if you want to, you're welcome to do a little bit of RP as you return. Lizardman, Cletus and Hefe, you've been working on the heater. Courtney, you've been identifying this item. So we'll start in Cell 54's chamber if you want to, or if you want to move things along. We're happy to do that. I'm happy to do that as well.
I'm easy either way. What about the rest of you?
Yeah.
I'm easy because I ain't got lots to say. It's just all a few rolls of Lisbon quickly. I'm just help them fix this and.
You've kind of already done that bit as well. So, like I say, there's these sort of things. I know sometimes you guys like to have a little chin-wagging character, and sometimes you don't. So I don't want to force you on if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm happy to move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. So,
You know the items that Alexa identified?
oh, you mean Courtney?
Sorry, yeah, Courtney, yeah.
So she's identified the nails. The sword, she's already kind of done that, and we
Yeah.
haven't caught up to it in time yet. So she's still working on it as we
That's
speak.
That's
It will
okay.
be done. In a what you'll do, you're down to do a few more hours of painting.
Yeah.
Nixis is down to do a few hours of research. At the end of that, Courtney will have finished identifying. And then everything will have caught up. But at the minute, we're kind of a little bit back in time. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. I was. Yeah. It's alright. Yeah. I'm.
When Tommy Lee comes back, I'm going to show my rather artful picture of Courtney, which I drew with my tail. His paint.
Yeah, you see, he's drawn a little portrait of Courtney on the table, and
Okay.
it's make an art roll or an evaluate roll if you want to. Want to have a look at it?
Can I make a trade artist roll?
Sure.
Apparently I can't. Hang on. What the fuck's going on here? There we go. What have I got? 2 degrees success. Oh no, that's a lie. I'm looking at completely the wrong chat. Hang on. Half a degree of failure.
Okay, so you think that his work? I mean, it's not bad. A bit amateurish, but not bad.
You say it's on the table?
Yeah, he's kind of drawn it. He's obviously used your paint and brush.
My
Okay.
tail.
I'm going to
Courtney was
I'm gonna go
asking what I could do with my tail, and I did that.
say, hey, that's real good, Cletus. That's real. I really like the way that you painted it so the light catches her eyes and makes them look as beautiful as they are in real life.
It's like booze.
You know,
Right.
you got some real.
Dwarfians are skilled artists.
Yeah, it runs in the bayou. I think it's something in the water. You got some real talent in them clawed hands of yours.
I used my tail, man.
You use your tail? Oh no, you should never use your tail to make art. Oh my god, no, I'm just fucking with you, Cletus. That's real cool. I didn't know your tail was that dexterous. I'm impressed.
I'm gonna sort of like curl it up and stick it out at the end, like it's making a little thumbs up at the point.
Yeah, that's real cool. Do you want to see something real cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I'd like to see something cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see something real cool. I wish something cool would happen. Courtney, can you do anything real cool?
When you say this, you're going to summon a fireball and throw it against the back wall.
Okay. I mean, you have the capability to cast fire, like a firestorm. I think that's within your repertoire
Yeah.
now. Are you sure you want to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to make a manifestation roll, please.
You have to do it for me tonight. I'm
Yes, that's absolutely fine.
texting.
So the first thing you need to decide, Courtney, is how many dice you put towards it. So you now have a psi rating of, what is it, psi rating of 3. So you can roll up to 3d10 to
9.
manifest the power.
9.
I'll roll 2. I'll roll 2.
Use 2 dice. So what you need to cast, let's have a look at your powers. So what you need to cast Firestorm, have I been good and put your spells in, or have I been lazy? Lazy. So I'm just going to go and look for the stats on Firestorm.
I don't have my book to hand at the moment, and I can't get up to get it to help you because I have a guest.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
Okay, so to get Firestorm, you need to roll a 16. So you want to roll 2 dice, and you add your willpower bonus. Your willpower bonus is 5. So it'd be 2d10 plus 5, and you're trying to get a 19. So you'd need a 14 or more on 2 dice.
Chewy look.
Which is, that's a challenging roll, but you can do that if you want.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to try and do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a shame that I had Chewy spayed because I think Frank and Chewy would make some real handsome cat babies between them. Frank's a handsome cat.
Yeah. Got it, boy. You got some
And just to confirm for me, if this is going, where are you aiming this firestorm? It'll create like a blast. It's like a explosion. So I'll just read Firestorm. Firestorm instantly creates an intense conflagration around your target as the air itself ignites, burning all within to cinders. So it needs to be within your line of sight. So where are you aiming this firestorm?
Toilets.
Is there a space somewhere there isn't people?
Toilets.
I mean, probably the space which is a bit more out of the way is Dave is whispering is a toilet. So that's probably the safest.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
We would all see it, and it would be real easy to put it out because the showers are in there.
Cool.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So I'm going to make your manifestation
Applaud it.
roll now. You need a 19?
I applaud this chaos. This
Oh no, sorry,
frivolous use of power.
you need a 16, so you need 11 or more on 2 dice. Okay, so you've manifested the power, but I've got some bad news. And the bad news is that you rolled I have rolled a 9.
Nice.
That means we're going to have to roll to see what happens. It could be that we're going to summon a bloodletter.
Yes! Or even a demon host.
Or it could be either some strange stench. I mean, that's kind of what we did the first time. First time Courtney ever cast a spell is she basically summoned a fucking demon host, which seems quite improbable, given the amount of spammage that Brownie does. But there you go. So I'm going to roll a D100 for you now. Oh no. That's 93. My counsel to you is you may want to re-roll this 93 because that's currently a Perils of the Warp using one of your fate points. Would you like to do that?
Okay.
Always re-roll the fucking perils because everything on the mishaps table is much better than what's on the perils table.
Yeah.
What about re-rolling the actual power itself? What's the odds of 2 9s?
About 5%.
Yeah. So that's better, I think, than actually rolling the thingy in the top.
I'm going to listen to Bigger Brains.
It depends how many things you've got.
What did he need to roll to cast it, Alan? Was it 16?
It needs to roll a 16.
So yeah, if he rolls a 6 or less, the power doesn't go off at all.
Yeah, roll it.
So, I'll give you both options now. So you could have tried to re-roll your manifestation roll, which means the spell might not even go off. You may not perils.
I'll do that.
Or you can let the spell go off and re-roll the the peril as well. So you want to re-roll the manifestation, is that right?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Generally, what happens, Johnny, is when you roll a 9, you roll I can't remember what it's called, what the actual table's called, but you roll on a table. 75 or more means you roll on another table, which is Perils of the Warp. 74 or less, I think it is. It's all minor stuff mostly, like there's a strange smell, the wind blows, all the food goes rotten within fucking 50 meters, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Courtney,
Yeah.
you hold out your hands and you Tommy Lee said, "Can you do anything cool?" And Courtney, you'll show them. You'll show them something cool. You'll show them this the destructive power that you can wield. And you hold your hands up, and they start to crackle with warp energy, and you start to summon an intense fireball, this conflagration of pyromantic force. And you'll show them all, Courtney. You'll show them, and you start to laugh at the raw power the raw power that flows through you. And then and you realise you're going to bring down more destruction than anyone can possibly conceive of. You're going to kill them all, Courtney. But no, and then suddenly, as soon as it's gone, it just it all fades away, and in a damp squib, the energy drains out of you. And
Her shoulders are going to slump and she's going to sit back in the chair. No, I can't.
Oh, that's a shame, Courtney. That was going to look slightly impressive there, so your head's glow.
I mean, for a moment, yeah, when your hands were doing that crackly lightning thing, that was kind of cool. Made my balls tingle some, but that was real good, Connie. You should be real proud.
She's going to lean across the table, and her eyes are going to look lit. There's going to be like a real dead soul's look in her eyes, and she's going to say, "That was nothing. Absolutely nothing." And then
I'm going to sidestep towards Cletus and just take his arm, like almost cling to his arm for a moment, lean in real close.
Can I ask you which arm you're taking? Go for the far,
straight out of it,
or lower the higher one?
Oh, hello.
I'm gonna go for the lower left.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna grab it hard or anything. I'm just gonna take it and sort of pull you towards me a bit and whisper in your ear. I'm afraid, Cletus.
I don't be scared. And I'll put my tail.
Nicole says hi.
Hi, Nicole.
Say, don't be scared. And I put my tail around his shoulder. Say, God, it's lovely.
Yes, please. I shouldn't really, but yeah, I'll do so. I shouldn't really.
Then my other arm goes round it.
What are you not really doing, Alan?
I'm having a cup of tea, and I shouldn't really because it's late in the day.
You fucking rebel!
Jesus, on a school night.
At what point does your life become a cup of tea after 8 o'clock? Oh no, it's mad! I have work tomorrow.
Well, literally, if I have caffeine after a certain time, I just don't sleep, and then
20 years ago,
lousy the next day.
20 years ago, I'm not having an 8th pint. I've got work tomorrow. Fuck it, I'll have it and I'll drive home. Yeah, let's get some Coke. And nowadays you're like, oh no, I'm not going to have a cup of tea this late.
I'm not proud, but I've reached a certain age where I'm no longer the main. To be honest, it wasn't even that long ago that I was pulling stupid things and then going to work after a couple of hours of sleep. But I've suffered multiple times, and I'm a bit more wary of suffering needlessly before work because
I had 4 beers last night.
Totally hungover, right? Yeah,
oh no! Well, I had 4 beers last night. I wasn't pissed. Well, I was a little bit tipsy. I woke up at 4 this morning and went back to sleep. Woke up at 4:20, 4:30. Thought I'll have a piss. Woke up at 5, 10 past, 15:15. Eventually got up at 5:30 for work, and I got to work and I sat down. And someone went, "You all right, Dave? You look rough as fuck." I went, "I had 4 beers last night, and I feel like shit." And they were like, "How old are you?" I was like, actually, I'm 44. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but there it is, man.
No, it just happens, doesn't it? But tonight I'm gonna get wankered.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. We'll be, like I say, tonight I'm taking it easy. I was fairly wasted last night, but then I could lie in this today, and I did. I just basically lounged around all day, but if I get wankered and then have to go to work, I just can't be doing with it, you know.
It's fucking
I mean,
horrible.
I can get away with it to a degree, but
it's even worse. Like in the summer in my job, if you turn up with a hangover and someone's like, "You're going to stand next to that thing that's 900 degrees all day," you can just feel your will shriveling up. It's fucking awful. Anyway, let's carry on.
Okay, guys. So, for Tommy Lee, you think that something very bad could have happened then for a moment. Something very bad. You've got a feeling that you nearly all just died then when you asked for whether Courtney could do anything cool. But for whatever reason, the moment's passed. Perhaps someone or something is looking after you.
Thanks, whoever you are.
Okay, so now, so what we'll do then, guys? Oh, hang on a second. Let me just. So, Courtney, you've no longer got your fate point to use. But at least you didn't. At least you didn't start. Sorry? At least you didn't start a conflagration in the toilets, Johnny. So. I don't know. I'm wondering where it would have led if we'd have just.
You guys are bad men. Stop beating the Johnny.
Okay, so
I will not.
Nixios, you head off and you do some research on the Styrics, like you said you were going to. Tommy Lee, you do a bit more painting on the carapace for Courtney. Cletus and Hefe, you finish work on kind of a manual heater for this still, having broke the regular heater a bit earlier on. And so Nixios, oh thanks Collie. So Nixios, I'll read you out a bit of stuff that you learn on your studies. So Nixios, this is something you already rolled for last game, James. So Styrics, the Styrics were first encountered centuries ago by Palov Alexander. Or rather, not centuries, as in more than a century ago, by Palov Alexander, son to Old Man Alexander, who was the first of that house to journey into the Cronus Expanse, and he was the one who brought back the warship Malevolence. So it was his son who first encountered these Xenos, and prior to that he had documented word of them from his dealings with other human traders. And his findings on this race of Xenos are as follows. So the Styrics are a sparse, nomadic race with a reputation as untrustworthy traders, wanderers, and sometimes slavers and pirates. They are encountered infrequently in the Cronus Expanse, and their reputation is a dark one. The Styrics are a truly hideous xenoform to look upon, beneath their swathes of ragged, bone-coloured cloth and trinkets. Described variously by human onlookers as a gangling and multi-eyed creature that resembles nothing so much as a human-sized, skinned dog embryo. Yet they communicate easily with willing humans through a common language of greed, curiosity, and self-interest. Scavengers and obsessive hoarders, they possess a wealth of technology stolen and bartered from countless races. They delight in trade, attaching worth only by perceived value and rarity of things they can grasp in their bony talons. They seem to care nothing for conquest or territory, abstract wealth, nor even their own species. but are driven instead by avarice and viperious of petty intrigues. This being said, they are not to be underestimated and can be extremely dangerous and treacherous. They are creatures wrapped in subtle lies and conceal dark intellects behind their eccentric behaviour and obsession with trinkets and baubles. They will not hesitate to betray those they deal with if they perceive a great profit in doing so. The Styrics will trade with almost anyone, human or Xenos, even the worshippers of the ruinous powers. But they despise the Eldar, and they will kill them if they can, and avoid them otherwise. The Styrics inhabit wandering caravans of ships, plying commerce routes between distant worlds. And these caravans are often salvaged mismashes of patchwork vessels and hollowed out asteroids fitted with engines and augmented with numerous stolen or traded technologies. These caravans contain relatively few adult Styrics, along with larger numbers of slaves, mercenaries, acquisitions, and gene-engineered servant creatures. Aside from the adult Styrics, who continuously politic and backstab each other for rank and prominence in their caravans, no young gender variations or other culture to speak of have ever been encountered. And when questioned about their own species, the Styrics will spin endlessly and often contradictory lies about their nature. So these caravans interest rogue traders who don't mind dealing with these nefarious Xenos for their myriad opportunities for commerce and profit. In addition, as inveterate wanderers and collectors, these Styrics are often troves of secrets, legends, and information, for their contacts span the Cronus expanse and beyond, if a rogue trader has the wit to separate the truth from the lies. So Nixius, that's the result of your research on this race of creatures that you may well encounter. You may well. So, Cell 54, I think you've pretty much done your day 12. Courtney, you've identified the sword. Tommy Lee, you've nearly finished your painting. Nixus, you've done your research. Cletus, you've had a day of flirting and technical work.
Al, I'm sending you a message, Al.
Secrets tell lies, Dave.
I know.
No, whispers tell lies, whispers. Okay, that makes no sense. I always encourage private messages.
There you go.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, I'll deal with that at some point, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I told you guys about this armory credit with Cell 50, Cell 53. Was that anything that you wanted to resolve today, or not? Or did you want to sort that out another time? We'll move away from Cell 54 from the time being.
So,
go on.
Go on.
I was going to say, is there any armour better than what I can get? If there is nothing better than what I can get, then the others can use my money and enhance themselves with better stuff, which probably is a better option anyway.
My suggestion was to splurge as much as we could on general gear rather than weapons and armour, because we know the weapons and armour are like a bit iffy from here anyway. But I was thinking about getting tooled up, getting a load of shit that we might need out in the field and what have you.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to.
Also, stuff that we could trade, like
But-
do little
but if you-
trades and stuff, you know what I mean? Sweeten the deal or whatever, 17 or anything like that. So,
A shitload of red dot sites makes a massive difference.
I don't think there's anything like that on there. Is there red dot sites?
Okay, so just to
I want 6 strapped together, like, and put on top of the heavy stubber. And just so when I squeeze the trigger gently, there's like 6 dots appear on like somebody's chest. And that'll look
I
really cool.
want 2 next to each one of my eyeballs, slightly pointing in a little bit. So when I'm looking someone straight in their eyes, I can blind them with the red dots.
Yeah.
So like,
Great idea.
I mean,
that's okay. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't. From what I've looked at the armory, there's not much weapons or armor that's better than what I think any of us have. But there are grenades, and there are loads of various bits of equipment like drop harnesses, data slates, demo charges, emergency kits, grapnels, magnicals, magnoculars, goggles, med kits. You know, all this other ancillary shit. Photo visors, picture recorders, rebreathers. You know, maybe we should get some gear rather than weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, actually.
Because we do know as well that there will be chance to buy weapons on Ridge Station. And if any combat happens between now and Ridge Station, we're not going to get any better weapons from that fucking bell end in the armory than what we've already got.
Right, better off with gear, aren't we?
Exactly, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, good call. Well, shall we just compile that out of game time and compile a list of what we all think on like message chat?
I'd like to just buy one incendiary round so I can reverse engineer it. No, I want a heavy stubber that machine gun that fires incendiary rounds. And that's really ridiculously expensive, but I think it just makes. I think it just feels right. Feels like the right thing to do. I want some tracer fire, like, you know what I mean?
You want some like corrosive napalm rounds making in the armory, don't you?
Yeah, honestly, I want all sorts of nasty shit to be made. Like, I've got.
I want to get.
plans.
I want to get real nasty. Okay, so guys, just to answer, Corinne, just jump in and answer a few of your questions about or stuff that you've been mentioning. So yeah, most of the stuff in the armory. First of all, there's a handout. If you want to actually look specifically what's in there, you're welcome to do so. So in terms of like weaponry and armor, like you say, most of it is what I'd consider grey items. It's not really upgrades on what you've already got.
Yeah.
So Arnold, you asked what if there's an armor upgrades there. You've already got the best armor that you could get from the ship's armory, which is Guardman flak plus the extra armor from the ballistic weave overcoat that you've already got from there. You could potentially get a weapon upgrade. There is a heavy stubber. There's heavy stubbers in there. But they're very expensive. They're $750. So,
I can't afford that. It's got balls and biceps, hasn't it? But
okay, so that's the only real kind of weapon upgrade. Like you say, there's plenty of grenades and stuff.
If we do ever get a chance to loot a heavy stubber again, I'm going to do it.
Okay, but like Dave says, a lot of it is gear and what have you. In terms of specialist ammo, they don't have incendiary rounds in the ship's armory. Okay. So that's but you may well be able to find these at Ridge Station.
If we do get anything, we could get Alexa to look it over and make sure it's legit.
Yeah,
I mean, there's 2 ways of doing it, isn't there? I mean, this is for Cell 53 and Nixios, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, basically it was for the pair of you to divvy up how you wanted. So it's for both cells.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it's kind of a decision across what you want to do. But...
So altogether, it's to be spent on like 8 characters, isn't it?
Potentially, I mean,
excluding the mutants. So there's 2 ways of looking at it. One is we divvy up the amount of credits evenly between the number of characters we think could draw from it, or the other is we make a list of shit that could be useful, buy it, and then people just grab what they need or what they think would be useful. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I need to check my character sheet out and have a quick look up and down the list, and I'll highlight some stuff I want.
We might just also be able to swap from one character to another as well.
That's what I mean. If we created basically we could use this to create our own miniature armory.
Yeah.
Couldn't we create a pool of equipment that we can dish out as and when we need it? Is one way of doing it. So we might be better doing that out of game if everyone was to like.
I think we should.
Yeah, if everyone was to like basically spend a bit of time looking through the list and make a wish list of what they want, and then we can compile those lists and try and spend the thrones as best we can. Yeah.
So we'll put that off for now.
Yeah.
If you want to, like I say, purchase anything feel free. But the minute I'll put the credit with Nixios.
Okay.
So we'll move along then. So Cell 53, you've all spent your day 12 of power play as well. You all return to your chamber at the end of the day, as you usually do. You have your evening meal. So one thing that immediately strikes you as you return into the chamber is that there's a mess that Jeeves is currently trying to clean up after, and it seems to be centered around your bed, Quintius. It looks like you see Kara, the cat monkey. She's off in the corner. She's licking herself profusely, and she seems covered in. It looks like she's got into your pillow, and there's foam everywhere, basically. and Jeeves is kind of trying to tidy up after her, and she looks like she's got this foam kind of stuck to her, and she looks quite sad as she's trying to clean herself. She's like licking and ooking. But yeah, she's made her a bit of a royal mess of the room and your bed, and she looks a bit silly because she's covered in foam, it would appear.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Jeeves, my man, what on earth's happening here? And as I'm saying this, I'm gonna go into my footlocker, retrieve the cat monkey toy, give it a bit of a squeeze, and I'm gonna pat my shoulder.
Okay, I would like you please to make a charm roll at a +10. And Jeeves, as you do this, he says, "I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what on earth has been occurring here. I wasn't around when it had happened. It looks like this damn cat monkey. I think, if I must be honest with you, sir, this is no pet at all. I think you should have it put down.
Jeeves,
it's dangerous.
Jeeves, I will not have you bad-mouthing Kara. You know, me and her have been through a lot together. Have I ever told you the story about how I rescued her from a burning tunnel chasm thing? Very brave, heroic move it was on my part, and I did it without any hesitation. But yes, I rescued her, and ever since then we have been bonded, Jeeves. And you don't just have someone put down when you share a bond with them. Have you ever had a mother, Jeeves? Have you ever had a brother or a sister or a friend or a loved one?
I never knew my family, sir. And there's a sadness in his eyes when he says this. But he goes, but I do remember this terrible wound that creature gave me when I first met her.
I see. No, right. Never knew your family.
Kara jumps up onto your shoulder, and there's something amiss here. She does seem quite sad, but there's definitely something amiss as she jumps up onto your shoulder. It's like that she's sticky. It's like that she's got some kind of sticky paste on her feet. And you see that she's leaving a few bits of sticky foam all over your jacket. And she kind of whines in your ear, and she goes...
Okay. I'm going to start plucking some of the bits of foam off as I'm talking to Jeeves, saying, "So you don't know your own family? Who exactly were you raised by then, Jeeves?" And I'm going to give the sticky foam a sniff, see if I recognise the smell.
I would like you to make an evaluate roll. I don't know. Let's say an awareness roll or an evaluate roll. And Jeeves, Kara hisses at Jeeves. She looks at him and hisses at him. And Jeeves says, "Sir, I never knew my family. They were forced to give me up. You see that they were slaves as well, and children who are born to slave parents become slaves by default. So I was separated from my family, and I was raised as a manservant throughout my entire life. You're not quite sure, but it looks like some kind of food stuff. So perhaps she's gotten into some food, perhaps. You think it's probably edible, whatever this sticky paste is. It's not. It's food stuff. It would appear.
Okay. So you say it was my pillow that she's trashed?
Yeah, and you see the pillow's trashed, and you see there's this kind of trail goes across half the room.
Okay. So that's Jeeves. That's the idea of it is absolutely abhorrent to me. Which is why when I first brought you aboard and employed you, I offered you money because I don't believe people should own other people. It seems fucking preposterous to me. And I told no, never mind that. Anyway, I'm gonna just have a rummage around in the remains of my pillow, see if there's anything in there.
Make a search roll. Plus 10.
Something else I've been wondering, Jeeves. How many is it? You say plus 10?
Yep.
Fail 4 degrees.
Okay, so you find. Oh, are you gone? Sorry.
I will fate point that.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Absolutely, I am. Yeah. And as I'm searching around in the pillow, I'm going to say, there we go. Just to pass. I'm going to say, Jeeves, I've been wondering when you first came into my employ, you were obviously, as we've discussed before, an indentured servant or slave, whatever you want to call it. Who did you work for before you came to me?
And she says, I was owned by the Lost Hope officiaries, sir. I did not have a master until I was sold to you. I've been trained as a manservant my entire life by the authorities in Lost Hope.
Right, so, okay, and how old are you, Jeeves?
It's a very good question, sir. I'm either 16 or 18. Just give me a sec while I check. I'm 19 years of age, sir. 19.
Okay, so you obviously spent your formative years training, and I'm your first employer. Master, I suppose they probably would have taught you to call me, but I don't like that term.
Yes.
Right. Did your training include any combat training at all?
No, sir. Quite. It's purely on how I can perform tasks for you. Running a household. There's some economics in there. Cleaning, obviously. Working on clothes. And there's many things which a manservant must needs do for his master, but no, not combat training. There are other types of slaves who are trained in that department, but not me, sir.
I am
so Quintius, just do you search through the pillow and you find nothing but more foam, and this foam's getting everywhere as you have a look around. It seems to just spread of its own volition.
I was watching Quintius search his pillow, and that's chuckling at Quintius again. Making a mess there, Quintius. What's he doing?
The mess has already been made, Arnold. Something has got into Kara. She's chucking this fucking sponge everywhere. I'm gonna give her a little scritch on her head and go, "What's the matter with you, girl? Eh? What's the matter? Tell Uncle Quintius."
And she starts licking. She's trying to get herself clean, but she seems to be struggling. It's coming off slowly, but it's
So, I'm going to say, right, fair enough, Jeeves. You get this cleaned up as best you can. You might need to get me a new pillow. I don't really know where you get something like that. Also, when you get a spare minute, preferably before tomorrow evening, no rush, I'd like you to try and find a dress nice dress for Melissa, if you could.
And Jeeves says, my understanding, sir, is that the Lady Laura has outfitted Melissa with a wardrobe already. You require another dress, perhaps as a gift?
Oh,
I believe that she. I believe Laura has been the one who's been outfitting her, and she would be the where I would go if I needed to get another dress. I don't really know who else to ask.
I wasn't aware of that really. No, scrap that. Don't worry about that, Jeeves. That's interesting information. Thank you. You said yesterday, Miss Melissa has got the hump with me.
Yes, sir.
I tried to visit her earlier today. She wasn't around. I don't suppose you know where she might be during the day, because I've been twice now and can't find the bloody woman.
I've had it on good authority, sir, that she's been hanging around with the Cobbs.
I see. Is that like... the Cobbs, you mean the folk from down on the planet?
Yes, that is right, sir. The Orpheans.
Ah, yes, of course. Hanging with the Cobbs. Right. And where would that be, Jeeves? What places would she frequent?
The Orpheans have their own quarter on board the ship. It's the port barracks, I believe.
The port barracks. Right, thank you very much. You're an incredibly useful, talented man, Jeeves. I don't know what I'd do without you. We discussed payment for your services, and I promised you, when we get where we're going, you'll have a decision to make. There may be a little extra in that pay packet for you. You've certainly earned it.
Thank you, sir. And what's the payment? He says, with your permission, sir, and he says, I shall go and see if I can find you a new pillow.
Please do. Yes, make it a nice plump one.
I shall endeavour to do so, sir.
I hear this going on between them.
Yeah. You're all in the same room. Anyone can jump in at any point.
I'd like to say, Quintius, if you want, because I'm sort of screening the Orpheans, we could go down and there's an inspection. Inspection. Get dressed up as something else and go spy with me. Hey.
Oh. Yeah. What? When is this? When's your inspection?
I can do it before we get to the ridge station if you want.
Very good. Yes. It sounds like a fantastic idea. Just let me know when it is, so I've got time to apply. No, I'm not spying on Melissa. That's actually, yes, I'll definitely spy on her.
Fun, eh?
Yes, it sounds like a lot of fun.
I know you.
Who shall I dress up? What if I dress up as you and pretend to be your twin? No, that wouldn't work. You're far too big.
I know what you could do. Could go as a Cobson.
A Cobb? Oh, of course. Oh no, wait, that would be terrible.
Mind you, I have got a rough image of a flaky one I murdered today. I could bring you back the flaky one.
You murdered someone today?
Oh yes, he was a diseased Orphean of no use for man or beast.
He's already been incinerated, by the way, just to jump in. Yeah. He has been incinerated at your orders already. So
well, if he's diseased, then fair enough, yes.
I just thought to just improve morale, thinking, where's he gone? Oh no, I saw him yesterday. You know,
good incineration. Good incineration generally does improve morale, in my experience. It certainly improves mine.
I didn't do it in front of any witnesses.
Well, it's a shame. You could make a spectacle of it. But no, I like your idea. When you do this inspection, Arnold, make sure you give me a little bit of notice. I'd like to attend and have a nose what Melissa's up to. Not that I, am particularly attached to her or anything, but I'm a curious fellow, and I have a rather good idea for a disguise.
Oh, well, you can surprise me, my friend. Pat you on your back quick.
Nearly knocked me over.
Silly chuckle. Saying, no worries, I will let you know. I'll let you know when it is available.
Excellent. Good stuff.
Might be tomorrow, might be the day after that. Depends when I get confirmation from my higher up.
I need to. I think your accent's fantastic, Arnold. I'm going to have a crack at that one day.
Aye.
Jan, my bizarre-haired old friend, what have you been up to lately?
Me looking into the lab.
The what now?
You don't need to know, would you?
I didn't understand the fucking words you said anyway, so... Right, well, that was short and sweet.
Yeah. Why you want to know right now?
Well, I'm just being friendly, chatty, you know. It's the end of the day, sitting around having a meal back home. That's when we all talked about our day, what we'd been up to. Mumsy would say, "What have you learnt today in school, Quintius?" And I would lie, obviously, because most of the time I wasn't even there. I was usually round the back in the hoverbike sheds. That's when we talk about what we did for the day.
I know what you mean, Quintius. This is like when we was growing up on Boat's Life and we got hunted today with a father and we'd sit back and eat a meal around camp and father go, "What did you learn today, children?" "Yes, I learned how to aim more correctly to the heart, Dad. And you're proud of you, son."
We had strangely similar yet vastly different upbringings from the sound of it, Arnold. Father was there, just like with you, but while you were learning to shoot the heart of whatever it was, I was basically being chastised for not being interested in accounts and being told off for the shoes I wore, which apparently were far too girly, but, you know, just because they were pink. But a man can wear pink and still be a man.
Well, if you wear white and the blood sprays from the animal you cut it makes it look pink on your clothing, doesn't it? After it dries a little bit.
Exactly. Or if one of the servants accidentally mixes up a pair of pink or red pants with a white shirt, and you're slightly colourblind, you don't see the pink tone, and next thing you know, you're walking around in pink shirts for 6 months.
You didn't realise that was a man who was wearing white covered in blood. You just thought some sort of pufter. No, you're vastly mistaken.
I know.
It's dried on.
There's another similarity we have, Arnold. The word pufter. I heard that so much growing up.
We named it after the gay fish.
Oh, a gay fish. How do you know if a fish is gay?
It just looked like a penis.
Interesting. How big, out of interest, were these penis fish?
Oh, they're about 2 foot long.
Fucking hell. And what about the girth?
Oh, I'd say it was a good...
Bing bong. The doorbell goes.
Jeeves! Oh, is Jeeves gone?
Jeeves gone to get you a pillow.
Okay, so I'm going to go, Jeeves! Click my fingers and just point at the door and then look around. Oh, wait, hang on. I'll get it. I'm going to go over to the door, stand in front of the door for a moment, just look at it.
Okay.
How do I... Arnold, I'm not very... How do you... What?
I'm
not used to doing this myself.
I'm going to come over and lend a hand. Just go.
Okay, Arnold, you come over and you push the... you push the open button, which you're sure Quintius knows how to use. You think he's just acting the fool, perchance.
Look at that! Remarkable!
Sure, you've seen him use the open command on the door before. Outside, you see 4 stormtroopers. There's a squad of them, and so you're at the door, aren't you, Quintius?
Mm-hmm.
And the sergeant speaks to you and says, "Acolyte, there's been a development."
Very good.
Proceed. May we come inside? It's like we need to discuss urgently.
1 minute, just stay there.
What you say? Sorry, what are you saying? What are you saying, Arnold? You're saying?
Arnold says no hang fire. It pushes Quintus out the way and gets in the way of the door straight away.
Are you going to You're going to push Quintius, are you?
I'm going to move Quintus out of the way and
Just make a
not
opposed
like
strength test. You two.
aggressively, but just push him aside and get in the middle of a door.
I'd like you to make an opposed strength test, please.
Go on, you big pansy. Push me out of the way, if you dare. Fuck's sake, the one and only time I pass a strength roll.
Oh, I didn't even pass that.
Okay, so you push him, but he's actually perhaps a bit
Second, I'm
stronger.
going to fate point that bastard.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I was about to say I might, but I'm afraid that I'll get it even better.
Sure.
Okay, so Arnold, you push Quintius out the way, and Kara hisses at you. Let's just give us a second. Arnold, you push him out of the way. You get yourself in the door hole, and you see the squad of stormtroopers. You see that at least one of them is dished out for crowd control. They are, the sergeant has his weapon holstered, but the other two do not. But one of them has some sort of riot shield, and it looks like a stun baton. And the sergeant says, "Sir, who's in command here?"
Well,
you've pushed your way. You pushed Arnold out of the way, and Quintus, you think it's quite fucking rude, really.
Well, yes, you might think that, but say, what business do you have coming into my abode?
And in the background, as he says this, I'm going to yell, we don't really have anyone in command. It's more of a, collective sort of thing.
So I tell the Quintus, all it together, but I'd just like to block your way for a second. I don't trust you enough to come into my room.
He says, very well, sir, but this is a private matter.
Arnold, what are you doing? These are Lucius's soldiers. Let them in. They've got important news for us.
I don't know. I don't recognise this man.
And you don't? You don't recognise him?
I mean, come on, they're the same.
Right, Jan's going to roll up to the door.
Okay, Jan, you stand up, you head to the door as well. You see what's going on, and there's a tension in the air. The cat monkey is hissing and ooking in a strange fashion. There's bits of foam everywhere, stuck to Quintius, stuck to the floor, stuck all over the place. What is going on? There's a strange tension that seems to have developed, and you see this squad of stormtroopers outside and said, "So, we don't have much time."
What is it? Tell me now. There's nobody around.
There's been a development in the port gunnery section. There's been an incident.
An incident?
What? So Jan, hold on. Jan stepped up. What are you doing, by the way, Jan? When you've stepped up?
Speak your mind.
And he goes, like we say, there's been some sort of development. There's been some rioting, explosions and sabotage. I've been asked to bring you up to speed straight away, and then escort you to the port gunnery loading section. We're to deal with the matter. We come at Mattis's command.
Is slippery Brian all right?
And he looks at you, and he says, "Sorry, sir, I don't know what that means."
Well, neither do I, truth be told. Carry on.
Right, let's have a
dishonest thing.
have a little scrutiny.
I think he's. I'm Alexis walks past with just like nothing on him, but a towel around her.
Hey.
So Alexa's, just hold on, Johnny. What are you saying? You're saying Alexa's
Alexis
walking around.
No, she just walked out the bathroom, out the shower room. She's came back earlier this morning.
Okay, so Alexa, you walk out, you're naked apart from a towel.
Yeah.
You see there's some altercation at the door.
Just gonna walk up to the door and just say, "What appears to be the problem?"
Okay, so just let's have on. So we've got a series of scrutiny rolls going on, and they're all looking pretty good. And for a second, like say, there's this tension in the air, and then kind of all three of you realise pretty much at the same time that something is. This is not how things are done. This is not how commands are issued throughout the ship. This is not the.
Yeah.
Just hold on, John. Let me finish speaking,
Okay,
please.
okay.
So I was going to say this is not the way that the command structure works on board the ship. Something is very, very wrong here, and it's also apparent in their eyes, the eyes of the sergeant. The other guys are wearing helmets, but the sergeant has got his face, clear to you, and there's something in his eyes, and you all realise at the same time this is not some kind of report that Mattis's men have come to give you. This is something much worse, and I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Oh no! I'm wearing clothes.
Towel.
Right, where's my fucking initiative? Oh no, I do have some armor. That's okay.
In total, Alan.
I thought I had a +1 to initiative, but I don't, do I?
That will be from Hive World, but I think you're got a noble background instead. It's a different background.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So you've got a total of 7, is it, Arnold? Is that 7, Arnold? You've got 3, rolled a 3, and you had your agility.
Four agility. So
it's 7. Yeah, no worries, mate.
I'd request that you send me pictures of the battlefield as well.
No worries. I shall do this now. So we'll get you. Let's all roll initiative. So when you're getting a new laptop, Johnny, and a pair of headphones, mate, is that in the post? Or is that the same time you're getting a calendar, or?
Oh, stop it! I actually ordered a replacement screen. I was going to fix it myself, and then I realised that the screen is the wrong screen. So I've actually got the wrong screen. So I've got to send that back and then order the right one. But and then I'm going to fix it myself.
Quite well played with Kenny. I can just hear.
Okay, so I'm going to roll. First of all, I'll take some pictures.
Johnny, sorry, Alan, I'd like to spend a fate point, please, to give myself a 10 on initiative. I'll give myself a 10 rather as...
Okay, so...
Can you do that?
Yeah. How many fate points do you have, Arnold?
I'm going to check. I think it's 3. I've used one already.
3. There's no way you've got 3, is it?
I think I got one back for killing something big.
Yeah, you did. You got one back for the end of chapter 1.
2, yeah, I've died again since.
Okay. So you want to spend your second fate point, is that right?
Yeah, I reckon getting first turn here can be quite snacky.
Yeah. Okay. So let's have a look. So that put you on a 14. Dave, this should be your second fate point.
Yeah.
Arnold, your second fate point as well. So Quintius, that put you on a 13, is it?
Or 14.
14.
I've got agility 40 something, 41, I think.
Can you tell me, and what about you, Jan? You've rolled 7?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll roll for Alexa, and then I'll start to take a picture of... So I've rolled a 10 for you, Alexa.
Excellent, thank you.
And you have an initiative of, or an agility rather, of 4. Really? So that puts you on. That puts you on 14 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick question, Al, before we get into the fight. Is now a good time?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
So in my talents and traits, it says shoes off. But when you asked me to list my equipment, I specified I was wearing the shoes.
No. That's. I think that was basically what I've put that there is that's when you were in your infiltration. That's just not been updated as yet. So,
Okay, so
what that means.
next question.
You need to, what that means is you need to put your stats back on, I believe, and then just take that shoes off. So it's +3 to your agility and +3
and
to
fellowship.
your fellowship.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Thank you, Al.
No worries. So I'll take that shoes off. Oh, there you go. So can we just have an agility? I need to know your stat, please, for Arnold, Alexa, and Quintius, because you've all got 14.
My agility is now 44.
Okay, so 44, Arnold. What's your agility?
44.
Yours is 44 as well.
Roll is.
Roll a d10 off between the two of you. So Alexa is first.
So I just rolled mine.
Yeah, Quintius, please roll a d10.
Yeah. Again, Quintus!
Okay,
There we go.
Okay. Oh, that's annoying.
Ooh.
Okay. This is going to be a bit of a pickle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say is there must have been something. Something wasn't quite right. It seems like Arnold. It's perhaps he has the prescience, or perhaps it's his combat training kicking in. Perhaps it's just a healthy dose of paranoia. This is he perhaps he knew that some retaliation would come. You've just tortured and attacked the traitors on board this ship, and it appears now that they are retaliating directly against you. But it seems like you have the advantage that something has set you off the warning about this assassination attempt, because most of you seem to have be up there at the top of the initiative. So I'm going to go for a slash. I'll let you have a little meta chicken while I just go for a slash, and then we'll
I'm also going to go for a slash.
Okay.
I need
But to the rest of you, in a little meta pre-game combat conversation, I'm going to quick draw a pistol with man stoppers and shoot the nearest motherfucker and hope for the best, because that's all I've got.
I'm gonna like take the saddle off and throw it over the sergeant's head and then leap towards my bed, still a pistol. That's got to be the only thing that I can really do. Like, they really caught us with our pants down this time.
What I want to do to the guy is the sergeant said he's got his helmet off, and I didn't think he had his gun out where all the others did. I was going to grab the sergeant, pull him in the room, and then try to close the door. They can't get in, and then we can interrogate the sergeant. That's my idea, anyway.
Okay, well, it's Alexa has initiative.
I think that's a sound plan.
Hayden stroking his beard in consideration.
There's a lot of stroke in this beard. Love it. Got no hair on my head to stroke, so this is it.
It's your backup. Your backup bouffant.
I do. I've been leaving it so like half bald at the moment, but I'm quite happy like this. Because the beard wants it out, so I'm just going.
I don't believe you for a moment.
Sideways.
You're happy about it because you've got no choice to be happy about it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm one of these people that accepts the truth as life. You can't put me down like that. I've already accepted it. I know you're just trying to call my own acceptance into being here. Give me one final stab.
You can't help having a little stab from time to time, buddy. Perhaps it's because perhaps it's that the background level of smugness that just occasionally, that's maybe what drives people to give you a jab every now and then.
I've had it all my life.
You had it all your life, and it's not going to end now. So it's not going to end
tonight.
No.
I mean, like it's just keep going. Everyone wants to do it. And I've been kicking ass on online gaming just recently together.
You've been killing bots on Fortnite, you mean?
Been killing everybody on Fortnite, yeah.
Murder those bots.
The bots.
Chewie, come on. Don't sit on there. That's my record player.
I need to send Johnny some pics.
Use the magic screenshot.
How do I do that then? Unfortunately, Johnny can see all the fucking stuff in the.
Right, hang on.
In the layer. Is there a way?
Wait. Yeah. So, in your right hand, I did the same to Johnny the other day. I sent him a load of shit you shouldn't be able to see. In the right hand column where your chat and shit is, click on the cog for settings. Scroll to the bottom. There is rejoin as player.
L.
And if you click on Johnny and Control L, it will show what he can see. You can leave that open as a second window as well. So you can do Johnny Cam, basically.
Nice.
Control L.
That's been quite useful, because I've immediately seen something that is like nails down the chalkboard of my soul.
Yeah.
A lack of aura, one of my models, which I
use it when I'm building maps and all sorts. Right, when you've got that, Al, what you can do is hold down the Windows key. If you hold down the Windows key and then Shift and press S, you'll get a little 5-box icon thing at the top. You can drag and drop a box around things, and that will screenshot that part of your screen.
Oh no, yeah, I've got like a snipping tool, which I'll the same sort of thing as that, I guess. So,
Sorry about the delay, guys. I'm making brew.
No worries, mate. So,
that's how I was doing it for Johnny the other night. I was using snipping to take a bit of Roll20, but I realised if you did it as like a player, it only showed what Johnny could see, because the first few I sent him showed loads of stuff.
Yeah. I nearly did that myself.
Yeah, he saw a lot of stuff that he shouldn't have seen, but no one capitalised it, which I was quite proud of. It was like Johnny and Hayden had grown up finally and stopped metagaming.
We haven't.
Oh, no, we'll never.
I know. It was more likely what happened was you forgot what you'd seen.
Leave it out.
Got what I had for breakfast today, let alone what I've seen there.
Yeah, but basically that's those first few screenshots the other night, not last session, but the one before in Darker, when James was there. In the centre of the map, there was this massive machine, which I don't know if you could see it, but if you looked carefully, there was a body in the middle of it. And if you'd have found that, if you'd have gone in there, it would have been a game changer. But you didn't.
All right.
Okay, so Johnny, I've sent you a picture of the battle map as it stands.
Excellent.
Chewie, what are you?
Okay, cool. Right.
Okay,
I got the initiative, didn't I?
Yeah, so Alexa, why don't I see my turn order now? Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong... No. So what do I do to get my turn order back? Why has that occurred?
I tell you what else is really weird. What Johnny can see is different from what I can see.
Is that true?
Yeah, on my map, a sergeant at one of the
What can you
troopers
see?
is inside the cell.
Really?
Yeah, I'll reload. It might be something my end.
Didn't update.
Yeah, that's fixed it. It's fine.
Okay, I got my turn. Yeah, I did a refresh as well. That's got my turn order back. Okay, so Alexa, your threat protocols kick in. There's something very wrong. You sensed it. There was a tension in the air. You sensed it from the emotional response of all of your companions and the hissing of the cat monkey. You're under attack. This is an assassination attempt. You're sat there. You're in your towel. You're naked and defenseless.
I'm gonna.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna run. Because I know I've got like a meat shield of the other guys in the way, so I calculate that'll be you'll have to be gun dealt with first. So I'm gonna run straight over to where my bed is. I've got maximum move, and use my maximum move to get over to where the bed is, and then I'm just gonna like move low, but run.
Okay, so you run to your bed. You take some. I mean, it's pretty sparse cover, this bed and this crate where your gear is kept. But you run there, you get behind there, and you get some cover. It's not much, but you feel less exposed where you are at the minute. This is where your this is where your footlocker is and where your gear is.
Yep.
Let me just try so actually. Don't know if I'm going to get double music, so I'm just turning the music off. I'm going to put it back on again. So
I just lost the music when I reloaded.
I've just turned it off and I'm going to put it back on. So has everyone got music or not at the minute?
No, I lost one.
That's fine. I've got like a little page where I can turn the music off.
Yeah, I've lost it.
But sometimes when I start faffing around, you can get like double music and
yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah. So that's like a cure for that, I guess. So okay, right. So Alexa, that's your turn. You've got back to your bed and to where your equipment is. Arnold, you wisely got yourself into the door hole to protect your companions. You're the best person to be stood in this location. What are you doing?
I'm just going to shout to Quintus. Close the door after I drag this guy inside. I'm going to grab the sergeant in front of me, then jump back so there's enough room for Quintus to hit the close button on the door. His turn.
Okay, you're going to try and grab him?
Grab him and jump back.
Okay, so he's going to try and... First of all, when you say that, you also give him a slight advantage. So you're... Oh, God, that's a bit loud. So you make your grab attempt, and he dodges back. So that's his reaction. So I say normally it'd be an opposed strength test, but in my game, I know I allow dodge versus grapples. So I know Dave doesn't, which is a bit of differentiation between the both of us.
I mean,
with a half action to close the door myself, then.
Okay, you want to close the door? Well, no, I say grapple's a full action. Sorry, mate. So
that's it. Okay.
Yeah. So you've got yourself in the way. You grab at him, but you say, he seems to see it coming, and he steps back up. Quintius, you see Arnold go for the sergeant, and he steps back.
Okay. I can't see the map. I can just see what I think is Cletus.
Oh, that's not good. Why would you see Cletus?
I can just see a big Cletus.
Oh, really? Oh, is that my... No.
A
refresh
portrait.
it again, please. That's my
Okay.
music off page.
All right.
And you shouldn't be on that page.
What is happening? Everything was fine until we started combat. You know, the part when I needed Roll20, like more than ever, that's when everything went wrong. Right, just give me a second to get my character sheet up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I hear Arnie say he's going to drag this guy in.
It's all happening so
blah,
fast.
what he said.
Yeah, you try to make a grab for him. Sergeant makes his dodge. But he wants you to shut the door. I mean, you can do that. You are proficient with the door mechanism.
I know, but I mean, fucking come on. I mean, you know who I am. I don't go around opening doors. People open doors for me. I'm going to quick draw Lim Marino's revolver, and I'm going to...
Hey, that's a free
I
action.
can't even comment on that because Siegfried is exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly. Where do you think I got it from? And I'm going to say to Arnold, well, you better hurry up and bloody grab him then. And I'm going to just fucking point blank. You were trying to grab the sergeant, were you?
Uh-huh.
Who can I see? Can I see this dude?
Yeah. So there's you can see all of them, but yeah, you can see the guy with the storm shield.
I don't think he's my best shot. So I can see this guy. Okay, can I?
Yeah, you can see him. You've not got a great line of sight to this guy, but you're aware that he's there. Your best line of sight is to this guy on the right-hand side of the door.
The storm shield guy.
Yeah, but he's got a storm shield. He looks the heaviest armoured of the lot of them.
Yeah, that's a bad call. I'm gonna go for this guy that's like, I assume he's like the other side of the door. I'm gonna have to like sort of reach around the door a bit and shoot him or something like that. I'm gonna give him the old reach round. I'm gonna point blank, so that's plus 30. Single shot is plus 10. I'm gonna half aim for another plus 10, so plus 50. You say they're wearing helmets.
All apart from the sergeant are
Yeah,
wearing helmets.
Okay, so I'm not gonna aim for a body part. I'm just gonna stack the fucking bonuses. Go for a plus 50 ballistic skill on this guy. Honestly, roll 20. What is your fucking problem tonight? It's been really slow.
What's all these little boxes we've got next to like weapons?
Yeah, fucking. I don't know, James. It's a pain in the arse. It really is a fucking pain in the arse.
Someone changed the format.
Yeah, someone's changed the formatting on the master copy of the character sheet. It's what it is they're tick boxes for each plus 5 that you can get, but they don't work, so they're totally pointless. Somebody's fucked it. There we go. 3.8 degrees of success, Al.
Okay, so you.
What basically the D&D sheet is like. You know, like when we do Roll20 D&D, like they tried to do something like that with the character sheet on the generic character sheet.
What? Sorry,
man, I'm struggling to.
The formatting on the character sheet in Roll20. If they tried to do something similar to what the one that they've got, the template they've got for the D&D one.
No. In a way, like with your proficiency bonus. But what they've tried to do is they've tried to make it so for each stat, like weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, there's 5 tick boxes, and when you tick one, it adds 5 on. You know, like when you can buy the level up, you can buy the plus 5 when you spend your XP. They've tried to do it like that. But it doesn't work. And instead of going, oh, that didn't work, I'll remove that, they've gone, well, that didn't work, I'll upload it to the master copy of the fucking character sheet. So now everyone that plays Dark Heresy on Roll20 has that bizarre formatting on the character sheet that doesn't work.
Thanks, Roll20.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you should just do nothing, and that's the better action than doing something.
Or if you do something and fuck it up, you then undo it. You don't just go, my work here is done. Anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I've hit Al.
Yep. So you quicker than you realise. Quintius has a revolver in his hand. You're not quite sure where it come from, and he leans around the door and fires his revolver point blank into the stormtrooper. Stormtrooper tries to dodge, and the stormtrooper does dodge. He kind of ducks in behind the door, and the shot goes wide. Or behind the wall, sorry.
As a free action, I'd like to go, Kara, run! Toilet! And hope that she understands.
Okay. Next up is Stormtrooper 2. Stormtrooper 2 is going to draw a... actually, no. What's he going to do? I have Stormtrooper 1. Okay, so Stormtrooper 2 is going to do a move to this location. What's going on here? That's the wrong one, that's why.
What's going on? Abandon roll 20!
No, it's because I've got 2 open, and one of them as a player and one of them as a GM. So I was on the player one, and I was like, I can't move the Stormtrooper. Okay, the Stormtrooper's going to move in. He's going to fire his shotgun point blank at Arnold. Arnold, the shotgun blast. The stumble. Fucking hell. The shotgun blast goes wide. There's no need for you to make a dodge roll. That's super loud. Why is it so loud? Okay, so Stormtrooper whiffs his attack. How could you possibly miss? But you know how this is in combat. It doesn't matter how well trained or disciplined you are in combat. When the adrenaline's pumping through you, people fuck up, and this Stormtrooper just fucked up.
They're probably a little bit, maybe got a bit of trepidation, like, because it's like, the reputation of the acolytes after the battle, as well. Let's put it down to that.
Perhaps. Sergeant. He doesn't have a weapon at the minute. He was the only one who didn't have a weapon drawn. He goes to his belt. He's going to draw what looks like a grenade, and he's going to lob it into the room.
Ah, shitballs!
Okay.
Oh shit! That's not good.
Lands where he wants. Lands about here. And there's a crackening bang that goes off, deafening, and there's a bright flash behind you. I'd like you guys to make a toughness roll. I think Arnold, if you've got like photo contacts and armor, which I think, for example, Arnold does. I don't know about you.
If it's a blast.
You're outside the range of the blast, Alexa, where you are, so you don't have to make a test.
Cool.
But the other guys do.
Yeah, I am wearing a bit of armor, but I'm not wearing any.
If you've got armor and if you've got armor and photo contacts, you get plus 20 to this roll. So I like Quintius. I'll make her off Kara. Okay. And Jan, please. A toughness roll. There's a terrible deafening bang. A flash. Kara seems stunned. She drops off of the shoulder of Quintius. And Quintius, you too. You have been stunned. Mm-hmm. Unless you wanted to reroll that. Unless your toughness roll.
Nah, there's no point.
You spent your fate point rummaging through a foam pillow.
No, I still have a fate point. I just don't think it's worth spending on a toughness test.
Okay, so you've been stunned.
Don't mock me and my fate point use, Alan. I know what I'm doing. I'm a games master.
Okay, so Quintius and Kara have been stunned momentarily.
Arrow's our secret weapon. Fuck now.
I'm always fucked when we get into combat, Johnny. I literally walk around with a sign on my back saying, shoot me.
Stormtrooper is going to walk up He's going to eye Arnold straight in the eye. His stun baton crackles with force.
Oh
and he
no!
Tries to beat you.
Look what you've done, Hayden.
It's not Hayden's fault.
No, it is. Hayden, he's got a stun baton. This is literally revenge for the prison
Hayden?
break.
I'm not that kind of guy. I don't.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
have,
you
I
are.
Don't have vendettas.
You are.
I have a black book. The stun baton crackles harmlessly. You step back. You don't have to use your reaction. You step back. You anticipate the blow, and you feel the crackle of energy that sparkles. Stormtrooper also whiffs his attack. Okay, last Stormtrooper. I don't think you've had to use your reaction yet, have you, Arnold?
No, he hasn't. You're right.
Okay, third Stormtrooper shoots at Arnold. Or attacks Arnold, rather. Okay, so it's point blank, so this one does hit. Actually, no, let me just let this out, because he's shooting into combat, so just let me work it out. So it's plus 30 point blank, single shot, plus 10, minus 20 for shooting into combat, right? That's plus 20. Okay, so he hits you with a shotgun blast. Would you like to try and dodge it? Okay. Arnold, you're in your element here. You've anticipated this attack, and the entire squad of stormtroopers is opening fire at you and attacking at you. You've shrugged off the effect of their stun grenade, and now you dodge nimbly out of the way of a shotgun blast. You still hold the door, Hayden. Jan, it's your initiative.
Which ones have dodged now?
Which ones have dodged? So the sergeant has used a dodge. He's the only. Oh, and this one here, the one on the left has also.
Okay.
So they've both used their reaction.
Has this one got the stun bat?
The guy with the stun bat is the one who's directly in front of Arnold. He's the one. You can see it on his model as well.
This
He's got
guy?
a crackling.
Oh, okay.
He's carrying a shield and a crackling mace. That's the guy with the stun baton. The guys with shotguns or with rifles have shotguns. What are you doing, Jan? It's your initiative. Hold the door!
Yeah, okay. Right, I will use... Are we doing the unnameable power plus a power?
What did I say about lucky? As in, you want to use... I can't remember what we said about. I think we said that was maybe a bit much, did we, or did we?
Yeah, I think it was a bit gamey as fuck, wasn't it? In combat is what we were on about.
Yeah. It's just, stacking of it seems a little much. Maybe 1 power per round seems more reasonable.
Yeah, well, that is literally how the rules are written. 1 power a round.
Okay.
All right, in that case,
it was getting a bit where the amount of rolls you were making every turn, it just seemed to make your turns last so much longer than everyone else's. There was a time on the end of the battle on board Victorious, and it was.
I don't think the rolling makes it last any longer than everyone else's at all.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I think we did. Make.
To be fair, it's more James's indecision that makes it last.
Okay. Yeah, it was. I think So no lucky combined with
contemplation.
Yeah,
Evaluation.
but the rules as written are one power a turn.
Okay.
It all came about from my experimentation with allowing certain things to be done as using two powers in conjunction. And at low level, it seems like it's really cool, but when you get to like rank 4 and above, it just becomes so fucking overpowered.
Yeah, it was. Like I say, it was a bit too good. I mean, Yarn's already amazing.
That's only because he could use Lucky. Like, the odds are horrendous when he doesn't get to do that.
Okay, so what are you saying? You're saying, so for which powers are you talking about specifically, James?
All of them. Like, it's mental using all of these powers constantly to fight with, without getting...
You're not. That's the point. They're not supposed to be used all the time to fight
and what's
with.
the point in a Psyker? You may as well just use guns.
The point is that you use them to buff yourself in key moments.
I'm not sure it's very good without being able to do that. But you're right, one power set. Let's give it a try. I think it's going to go horrifically wrong. I think I've only survived this long. I know what my rolls are like. Right.
At the end of the day, it's really, if you have like a willpower of 50 or above, it's really easy to get your powers to cast. But it's the risk versus the reward, so you balance it, don't you?
How?
Not to give too many, James, not to give too many spoilers away, but there may well be certain items within the game, even in the immediate future when you get to Ridge Station, where you can mitigate some of that risk.
You had it before with the armor, didn't you?
The bottom line is I don't like that Lucky spam. It just feels a little, a bit much to me. So I'm not saying you won't be able to lower the risk of what you're doing. But I think we made a call of it before, and so we're just gonna have to see how it plays out, okay? And if you kill everyone with a bloodlet, so be it. It's just fun in the grimdark future.
But that's literally what Psychers are supposed to be. They're supposed to be really powerful, but really dangerous. Like you read stories online about Dark Heresy groups, and they always say the Psyker was incredible until he died horribly. The story is always the same. They don't survive campaigns, and Al's like throwing shit at you to help you survive, like the fated armor that gave you extra fate points, for fuck's sake.
Hold on. Let's see. I mean, the other thing as well, isn't most of your psychics, I guess they're all, most of them are half factions, are they? Let's have a look at...
I mean, you can stack half actions with other half actions, but the rules as written say you can't do more than one half power. But you can...
Yeah, that's maybe why we were doing 2 at once, because of the action shit.
Yeah, we can't allow it because of Alan.
Crush this guy with the shield.
Okay, you're gonna crush him. How many dice are you gonna use?
2. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Crush the guy with power manifest. Sorry.
So willpower, test my willpower versus your toughness, please.
Okay, opposed test.
Opposed to.
Okay.
1 sec. Oh.
Okay, I've got 1 degree of success. Oh no.
Fate point that one.
So
hang on, that's not necessarily, or is it a fail?
well, I've got 1 degree of success. So let's see what happens. I think you do 1d10 per. If you beat your opponent, you do 1d10.
Right, I've got to reroll that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops.
You've got a 70% chance of wounding him significantly, haven't you? So
it's cracking.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's better, yeah.
Okay, so well, it's better, but like I say, I got 1 degree of success, where you've just got a straight pass.
That's just a straight roll. At least it's some damage. Okay, so.
Well, I say you need to beat your opponent in a post test, right? So I think your opponent has beaten you, right?
He's resilient.
So I've rolled a 21. I've got toughness of 40. So that's a 1
Oh,
degree of success.
yeah.
Right? Are you on a straight pass?
Yeah, he's
He has to do it this time.
Okay, so top of the round. It's been a bit of a stalemate this first round. Alexa, you have initiative.
Lex is going to
Hold on, what is that?
pull out a footlocker from the bottom, or actually not even pull out the footlocker. He's just going to take the machine gun from underneath the bed, and then brace it on the bed.
Okay, it's back to bracing, is it? It's you haven't got. I'm sorry, Johnny. We're going to have to be cruel here. You say
forever brace.
It's a half action
yeah.
to draw it, right?
No, it's not going to brace. He's going to pick up the heavy stubber and load it and
Okay, so it's bracing a full action. Is that right, Dave?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, bracing's a full action. So you draw the heavy stubber from out under your bed.
Yeah.
So it costs you half an action.
Yeah.
It'll take you a full action to brace it and a full action to fire full auto.
That's fine.
So it's it's a slow process getting this this emplaced weapon and then getting it into a firing solution. So you draw it. You've got a free half action.
Half aim.
Okay, so you start to aim the stubber. Can you half aim before brace is done, Dave? I'm not sure you can.
I mean, it's kind of irrelevant, isn't it? Because you can't fire it until it's braced anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we'll go for it. Okay, you start.
Aim it, and then all you have to do is drop it down. You know what I mean?
That's fine. We'll go for I'll allow the half aim. So you've drawn it, you start to aim it, and you start to set it up onto its tripod.
So it's either half brace this turn, half brace next turn,
Yeah, I get that.
or it's half aim this turn and full brace next turn.
It has a
Yeah.
it has a bipod on it. I just imagine it's an MG42 or something like that, like the Germans use, similar to that.
I've got an image of this machine gun now, whether it's matches your mental image, but I'll show you what I've got in my head for it.
Ring gun.
What you want? Oh, I can't show you. I'll have to send you a picture of it.
Yeah.
Here's my. Okay, I'm sending a picture in group chat for you, Johnny, just to show you
Roger that.
what I've got in my mind.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. So,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, alright, I'll set it up then.
So
Set it up on that.
So you draw it. So you spend half turn drawing it. You put half turn towards, or half an action towards bracing it. We are now next up is Arnold. Arnold, your initial attempt didn't work. What are you going to do this turn?
Some of my axe.
You're going to draw your axe.
Yes, and
you heft the final darkness.
I'm gonna hit shotgun guy with one.
Do you mean like the guy who stood directly in front of you is a or you want to hit the shotgun guy? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're attacking him. It's half action to draw the final darkness. Half an action to attack him.
It's just basic, isn't it?
Well, it's plus 10 for a single strike. It's minus 20 for lack of proficiency. It's plus 15 for the weapon's inbuilt ability. So
plus
being
five,
minus 5.
is
That's plus 5. So you draw Final Darkness. It roars into action. And here is a terrifying killing weapon. But you do engage this stormtrooper. He's now engaged, so he'll have to disengage if he wants to shoot at you further. Next up is Quintius. You are stunned. So we move straight on to the Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper is going to shoot at Arnold Stormsinger. Shooting into combat. Oh dear. And the shot goes wide. These are elite troopers of the Inquisition.
I was a little bit singing. Indeed.
So scared of that.
So yeah, no, I mean, that's a 92. Next up is the sergeant. He is going to draw his shotgun and he's going to fire at Arnold. So so plus 30 minus 20, so it's at plus 10. And this one, oh no, yeah, this one hits. Arnold, would you like to try and dodge the shotgun?
I will try.
Okay. Okay, so shotgun does 4. So it's, what is it, plus 4 normally, it's plus 5. It does 9, it does 9 wounds with a pen of 2.
Compared to, what was it, 5 with 4, 5 armor? I'll just get it up.
It was on your 51, I think that's a body shot.
45, so at 10.
Short minus 10.
I take 1 wound.
What did I say? I said 9 wounds with a pen of 2.
Pen of 2, so 3 wounds.
Okay, so take 3. So what does that put you on, please?
I'll tell you, it puts me on 12. I'm just updating that. It's
Cheers,
updated.
buddy. Appreciate it.
I've got a chess counter out, so I look forward to our next game of Malaphone. See which was is the slow.
Is that right? Okay, I'm willing to accept that challenge, sir.
It's awful, to be honest. The time flies away so quickly. It's horrendous.
Oh dear. Like I can be sometimes. I'm definitely no angel in that regard, but I would like to think that I'm slightly quicker than you, sir, when it comes to.
Having played James in various games, James is like every single dice roll. James is like mathematically computing the possibilities.
I'm not. I'm just off around fucking daydreaming. I'm not sure if there's any cognition there at all.
I'm the other end of the spectrum. I'm just like, I don't care if this works. I'm going to do it because it's cool.
Yeah, that's what you have to be in Malachi. Just be rude.
Yeah, just keep telling yourself that, Dave.
Yeah, that is how I play. I play every game like that. Yeah, I'll show you. Just watch, Hayden. Watch next turn. I'll show you.
Just give us a second.
To be fair, the only time I considered my turns properly was the only time I ever beat Hayden with my Tyranids.
The only time.
Yeah.
You remember it well.
It was a good game. That first game I had with my Tyranids against Hayden was epic.
Okay.
When my fucking Hive Tyrant was just carving up character name models, it was like killing captains and librarians and stuff.
Yeah, there's much death.
It was a good game.
Okay, so the next guy up is the stormtrooper with the shock maul and the shield. He's laid a hit on you, Arnold. You've used your reaction. So
okay.
I'm just trying to check where the damage is for a shock maul.
I don't think it's really high. It's just the effects when it hits, isn't it?
I don't know. I should really check these things before I chuck them into a combat encounter, shouldn't I? That would be sensible.
Oh,
That'd be sensible. About here. Shock maul. It's only 1d10.
Yeah, but if it does any wounds, you have to make a toughness test or you're stunned.
Okay, the maul lays into you, Arnold, but it doesn't penetrate your full armor. It's a good job that you were here in the front rank rather than someone like Quintius. So the shock maul has no effect on you. Next up. It's the other stormtrooper. He's going to disengage.
Can I make an attack of opportunity?
No, he's disengaging. He's not. He's not giving you the opportunity. That's why he's disengaging. If he moved out and then shot you, you'd be able to attack him. But disengage, it's a full action, and it just means you get out of combat. I think is it half move or something. But you deny any attacks of opportunity. Okay. Yeah, and that's an option that's available to you guys as well, disengaging. I've called that right, haven't I, Dave?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So next up after that, it's Yarn. Again, another stalemate. What's going on here? The Imperial's finest.
The dice decide.
The dice decide. Oh yeah, that's the way it should be.
So yeah, let's do a psychic crush on that shield bearer again.
Okay, so roll to manifest the power.
Oh!
The power goes off. Is this overbleed as well?
No, it's the overbleed is a post test.
Yeah, what I mean is, do you get overbleed because you've rolled so high?
No, I don't think there is an overbleed.
Yeah, I think there's that. Let me just have a look. So you need 17. So for every 5 points at which you exceed the power threshold, you gain. Oh no, actually, sorry, no, it's only extra range, so it's not that good.
Yeah.
So the power goes off. Let's do the opposed test first against his toughness. So I've got 2 degrees of failure.
Come on, Jan. Fuck this cunt up.
So I pass with no degrees or 1 degree.
That's just straight pass. So it's
just straight pass.
So you've beaten. Yep. So you do 1d10 impact, plus 1 for your willpower bonus, for each point your willpower bonus. So that's d10 plus 7. Is it
7
plus 6?
Yeah.
And you also have 2 degrees for each degree of success in the opposed test, because it goes both ways, right?
Yeah,
it does. So, it stacks.
Yeah, so you beat him by 2 degrees, so you get an extra plus 4. So it's d10 plus 11.
Only 15 impact damage.
Oh, go on, Jan.
Okay.
Fuck him in his holes.
So you deal 15 points damage total.
Yeah.
Bypasses armor, doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't see that it does that.
I think it's just impact damage.
It's impact damage.
I was living in hope there for a moment.
Okay.
It's like potentially it does ludicrous damage because
when you roll good, you can crush a fucking bloodletter. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got. I mean, yeah, it's
that's
most.
This is what I was saying about Psychers earlier. Is the swing with them? You know, they can go from party killer to fucking enemy ruiner in the blink of an eye, and they swing like fuck. You know, they go all over the place, and that's how Psychers should be in the 41st millennium. It obeys the law, doesn't it?
Okay. So, Arnold, you've done not Arnold, sorry, Yarn. You've done a almost like a glancing blow. His armor seems to be absorbing most of this damage, but he does grunt. He knows that he knows that you're attacking him. He takes 1 wound.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, top of the round, Alexa.
We're gonna have perils now.
Oh yes, perils. Yes, thank you. No. Thank you, James. Thank you for being honest. So we're going to just go back to the perils.
Is it double perils?
You only roll once.
Okay. I think is there a -5 on that?
Okay, so yeah, I mean you've got a -5 from one of your shenanigan bullshits, I think.
Yeah. Cool.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
What's that? An
8.
8.
That's barely worth mentioning.
The air around the psyche fills with a faint smell. There's an ethereal stench, and it smells slightly of buttercups.
Shit, I was hoping it was egg.
Alexa, you're priming your weapon. You're ready. You'll be ready to fire next turn, Alexa.
Okay, cool. Have I got a fire installation? Yeah.
I'll show you the map. To be honest, it's going to be a
Probably
struggle.
not.
I mean, you're firing a machine gun into a doorway. I'll copy this and I'll save it as Johnny 2. I'll put it into the group chat. Basically, your companions are by the door. You've got a firing solution to them, but it's going to be difficult, right? Arnold's holding the door. So that's the... Oh, no, I've done that. Never mind, you can see all the shit in the background. I don't think you see anything that you shouldn't see.
Analyze it,
He's
John.
going to shout,
Spend your next
at the end, he's going to shout, move out of the way.
Okay. So, balls. Just annoys me. Okay, so, let's do it properly.
I have to say that during my turn because I've realised that if I don't, they're not going to move, essentially. They don't have to move, but it's I'm
Giving them ample opportunity to get out of your way, Alexa.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
My turn.
Hold a second.
Hold.
Hold.
Hold. Yeah, I'm not sure precog's worth it, Dave, because it stops me manifesting other things so easily. Like if I want, I mean, it's not even that great, but if I want psychic armor up, which is one of the ones I quite like to get off, and then like everything else, becomes progressively harder to cast.
It's my favourite at plus 10 dodge.
It's really good if I was a swashbuckler.
Is it -5 swift attack per person after the plus 15?
Just hold on a second, Alan. So I'm just going to say, you hear Alexa warning you to move. To do swift attack, I think you just do 2 attacks.
2 attacks at -10, isn't it?
I don't think it
That's,
is.
that's lightning attack.
It's lightning attack, yeah.
I don't think that's it at all. I think it's just 2 straight 2 attacks at no modifier. I think it's just you won't get the bonus for a plus 10 for single.
The -10.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not using his offhand. He's just using a
Alright.
2-handed weapon.
Yeah,
so it's not like he's hitting. I think you're right, Johnny.
Yeah,
if he was using 2 weapon style, but he's just doing a. Like
The
2 attacks
-10
with
is if he gets lightning attack.
Let's look. Let's look it up.
I'm just thinking 6 weeks.
No, you're right. I'm agreeing with you. It's
Okay.
straight weapon skill, but the -10 comes in if he takes lightning attack. It's the same as full auto.
Yeah, okay. So, Arnold, you've got -20 from lack of proficiency. You've got plus 15 from the weapon. So it'd be 2 attacks at -5. Is that what you're doing? A swift attack?
Yep.
The second roll? Okay. So, Arnold, the first attack misses. But the second attack, he's going to attempt to parry, I guess, with shield. He's going to attempt to turn the blow. Okay, he fails to turn the blow with his riot shield. I would like you to roll damage.
It's 3d10 for this one, isn't it?
So it's free. You roll 3d10. What's up?
Sorry, quick question. Does the Final Darkness have a power field? Would that shatter a shield?
It does not have a power field. It's not a power weapon. It's a chain weapon. But it is immune to being shattered with a power weapon. So you roll 3d10. You pick the 2 highest. So that's 11. You add your modifier, which is
9.
What do we say? 9.
9 for Arnie, and I don't know what else for the weapon.
It's 5 for the weapon. So it's, what do we say then? 11 plus.
Yeah, 11. It was 11 last time.
11.
There's 9 plus 5 in it, so
That's 14.
I'm down to whatever.
25. Okay, so the final darkness, it just cleaves straight through his shield, seems to cleave straight through his armour, and the roar of the weapon and the scream of the stormtrooper fills the confines of the chamber. It's
I will do as it happens.
okay. The first stormtrooper has got griefed.
Which one was that?
This is the shield guy,
Oh, okay.
the one that you softened up. Okay, Arnold, that's your turn. Quintius, you snap out of your stun this turn.
Okay, for free action, I'm going to key my Vox speed. And I'm going to say... Mattis, Jagannath, SL 53 under attack. Arnold, Yarn, get down! Because I heard Alexa.
Okay.
And for half an action, I'm going to squat down, undo my trousers, and poo on the floor. No, I'm going to. I'm going to.
Dave, don't shit all over the floor.
1, 2, 3, half an action to there.
You trail.
And
Hold
then
on,
I'm
if you hold on, if you move through there, you're basically potentially opening your. You're kind of moving through these guys' area of engagement. If you're doing that.
Did any of them have melee weapons?
No, they don't. They seem to be shotgun armed.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, with my other half action, I'm just going to shoot this newest guy.
Okay, so as you head past Quintius, I'm going to take some attacks of opportunity, but they are with like improvised attacks, as in with the butt of the weapon.
Uh huh.
So the sergeant misses, and the second stormtrooper also misses.
Okay. So that would be. Does the third guy get an attack as well? Kind of in his area of operations.
I guess you're right. But no, that's also a miss. So.
Okay.
So they flail at you as you go past, but you're too quick.
I am a nimble little motherfucker. So I don't get a half aim, but I'm single shot and I'm point blank. I think a plus 40.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
What the hell? Oh, there we go. Well, I hope you can. I heard you got that, but I can't see what I've rolled. Because Roll20's been a fucking ball bag.
Okay, just 1 second.
Oh, there we go. It's come through. 4.8 degrees of success.
Okay, the stormtrooper will attempt to dodge. He does not make his dodge.
Okay, I shall roll some damage. With my massive lag. 9 at pen 3.
Okay. So minus. So toughness 3, 9. Okay, so you do 3 wounds. The stormtrooper.
Okay.
This heavily armored. But you've got man stoppers, so it helps to penetrate. But you get the impression that the revolver it's not the right weapon for this level of combat threat.
All right, Al. I know that.
You need an upgrade.
All right, don't rub it in.
All right. Sorry, Dave.
I know all my weapons are shit. All right.
You do 3 wounds, Dave. Next up.
All right. Easy.
Next up for this stormtrooper, he's going to return fire at you, Quintus. And he hits.
Does he now?
Would you like to dodge?
I absolutely would. Just 1 second. Dodge is there. Wait. Why is my laptop is ridiculously laggy? What is going on? Wait. 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 There we go. Yeah, I dodge.
You nimbly step aside from the shotgun blast. Next up, it's the sergeant. He's going to realise the greatest threat is Arnold. He's going to shoot at him, and he misses.
I feel offended.
And then it's the other stormtrooper. He's also going to shoot at Arnold. This one is a hit. You haven't used your action this turn. Are you with us, Arnold?
Yes.
You're going to. Would you like to try and dodge?
Ew.
When you dodge, do you move? Can you move out the way? So,
Like I say,
square or something like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're moving, but sometimes like if somebody's taking a wide swing with a long weapon, you can have to jump back as a dodge, aren't you, or something, or jump.
it's Johnny. To answer your question, it's not in the standard rules, but it's the sort of thing that for flair, I don't especially mind in some circumstances if you want to try and use your dodge to move a square.
Move a square to there.
I think you do in the rules for blast, don't you? Move to the edge.
I just think that for dynamics sake, like it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like
it's not in the standard rules, but I don't mind especially, and I also did the same maneuver earlier on in the combat. So it's a bit, if I'm willing to do things myself, I can't follow if you want it. So you're going to try and duck out of the way and let Alexa get a firing solution. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. But by doing that, you're also freeing up the doorway.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. So next up.
It's our killing zone now.
Next up is Jan.
Right.
I think I like the dynamic, the idea of that as well. It's like you said, like move out the way, and then it's like the combat's going on, and then they're sort of like he jumps back, and it sort of like creates an opening, and then the gun stuff opens up. I think that's just quite cinematic. In a way, I don't know.
Okay. Jan, you have initiative.
Right, let's try summoning the blade.
Okay.
Fuck off. No, that didn't go off.
18, really?
Yeah, it's 19.
Agonizing. Okay. So you try and manifest the psychic sword. Does not occur. Maybe you need to throw more dice at these powers, James.
No, because there is an ability that I want where I actually try and use the bare minimum dice. So
No, you're sensible. No, you're absolutely sensible. I do exactly the same with Vlad. I'm trying to avoid procking the perils. Because the more dice you roll, what's that, Johnny?
I'm saying that Hayden's beard was really good. You know what I mean? You don't usually grow out. You don't usually grow out your beard, Hayden, but it's fucking good. It's working. You know.
Cheers, man.
You want to braid it?
I'm leaving for the event.
You should go full Islam.
Would you? Right.
So you've done a half move, is that right, Jan?
Yeah, I'm doing a half move. Psychic blade is half action, so yeah.
Okay. So next up, it's Alexa, top of the round.
He's going to let down some suppressing fire on these fuckers and just go full auto. If that's all right.
It's one or the other. So you've got two options. You can either do suppressing fire, or you can do a full auto. So each of them is a full action. Which would you like to do?
What would be the benefit of doing suppressing fire in this situation?
So what suppressing fire does, it lays out a cone, and people who are within that cone have to kind of make it. I think it's like it's not quite like a pinning test. Basically, you've got to, if you fail this test, you have to get out of the suppressing fire range and get yourself into cover. So it makes it more difficult for these people.
It's willpower.
I'll read out the rules to you. But it's a choice, and you do have a chance to shoot them as well. So a full auto is just doing damage, whereas suppressing fire, it's more like a debuff in a sense, where you got a chance to do damage, but it's more that you are making it more difficult for your opponents to act. Yeah. So I'll get to the rules. Oh, is that the one you'd like to? You want to do the suppressing fire?
Yeah, it's, I don't think it's going to do an awful lot against their armor. But if I could, fucking.
But no one likes being shot at, it's got its place, suppressing fire. So I'll get to where the rules are.
I'm open to suggesting if guys think it'd be a better.
What's that, Johnny? You're open to metagamers? I'm not getting involved.
Okay.
Or shoot them on full auto.
It's Johnny's call. Okay. Alan's offered to explain the rules. It's Johnny's call.
All right, that's cool. I just wanted to know which. Right, so I'm just going to go full auto if it makes sense, and I do want to try and damage these bosses as well and get involved.
Okay, so you want to do a full auto.
I don't like the idea of moving out of the way of the cone. Essentially.
Okay, so what I'd like to do then is to roll a bliss skill test. Oh, actually, I'll do that for you. You're at plus 10 for half range. You're at plus 10 for the half aim that you did.
Yeah.
So that's plus 20. I will roll for you.
I've just noticed how long my hair is in roll 20. It's like the longest I've been since I was about 22. Wow.
Sorry,
fuck you, Johnny. everything I do is
rolled a 100.
Alexa,
would you like to
fate point?
Use a fate point?
Yeah, definitely a fate point, mate.
Do you have any fate points?
He must have one.
Okay. I'm going to.
He's such a bad man, Alan. He's such a bad.
You didn't use your fate points rummaging through pillows or anything.
No.
I'll just do that.
I feel attacked.
I usually lose mine when my character dies. But
I'm gonna message Hayden.
You get 5 hits, but first of all, I'm going to try and make a dodge. I do not dodge. You get 5 hits with the what do you call it? The heavy stubber on full auto.
I'm gonna put more on one person.
Don't do that. Sorry,
I'm not sure how it works. As in, I think you can just keep rolling. It's Dave. Are you about there, buddy?
Yep.
We can't hear him. It's been speaking, but we can't hear him for some reason.
Wait, hang on.
Can you?
James, tell him I'm reconnecting. I've got
rejoin.
It's reconnecting.
Reconnect.
I couldn't hear you, Dave, for a while. I don't know how long you've been talking for.
Quite a while, as usual.
Sorry, Dave. I've not heard you in ages. So
I've not said anything of worthwhile. As far as I'm aware, there's an addition in the errata, or it's something I lifted from Dark Heresy 2 or something, where you nominate a target, and the first hit from a full auto spread in a cone effect with suppressing fire hits that target. And then
he's not done suppressing fire. He's done a full auto.
Oh, has he?
He's just gone straight damage.
Yeah,
He's done 5 hits.
In that case, the hits all hit him, but they move. All hit that target, but they move around the target's body. They're hit in different places. I can find that out for you. Just a sec.
Yeah, is it a skill to be able to move it from person to person?
Yeah, there is one in Only War, I think. But you can. You basically roll. If he's got 5 hits and the opponent has failed to dodge or anything, and he's not behind cover, then you roll 5 damage rolls. As far as I'm aware. Just a second.
The machine gun fire fills the room, and it's quite deafening. The stun grenades, the machine guns, the chain axe. Your chamber has become a battlefield.
Sweet.
So let's have a look. We've got so each of them is at pen 3, so that's -6. So we've got Stormtrooper 1.
Okay, so where was the first hit?
So that was right in the 32s.
What's the 32s?
I'm not sure. I don't have my notes handy. Let me just. I'm going to work out some damage here for a second.
Yeah. Yep. I'll
13.
tell you where I think.
Yeah, if you'll be scared.
So this is how it is. Yeah, your first hit hits where the inverse hit roll tells you, like it does with any shot. But then it moves. So 32 is the body. There was 5 hits. Did you say?
5 hits.
Yep.
So body, arm, head, arm, body.
Okay.
Cool.
Page 190 of the main rulebook out. Multiple
Cool.
hits.
No worries. Well, I say in this particular case, it's all fairly standard. So I think you're just shooting a regular stormtrooper, aren't you, Johnny? So he's got the same armor and toughness on each location. So let me just work out the damage. So we've got it's a -6, we've got 7, 1, 7. So it's a -6 plus 3 plus 2. So let's see. So you do 13, 7, 5, 9 and 8. They're at -6. So that goes down to 8, 10, 13. Okay, so you riddle the stormtrooper with bullets, and you hit him over and over again in different locations, and he twitches as he is, stunned and blasted around by this machine gun fire, and he falls to the ground like a rag doll.
Sweet.
You've got to bear in mind that Alexa's just done this after walking out of the shower. Dropping a towel, running across the room, pulling out a machine gun whilst in the raw, and then just fucking braced it on the bed and then just opened fire. Right.
I'd like you to. I'd like to roll an agility roll, Johnny, to see if you can keep the towel in place.
You can do that for me if you want. I don't. No, I dropped the towel. That was the thing.
All right. Okay, so naked machine gunner. Alexa, that's your turn. Following you, it's Arnold.
Keeping it real.
Arnold's a bit distracted by Alexa machine gunning naked now. He's totally forgotten about combat. No, I'm only kidding. Right, okay.
You're better trained than that, Arnold. You can.
Arnold,
you can
not worry about the pleasures of the flesh.
Put it in the bank for later.
He moves back into combat and strikes at the stormtrooper, not the sergeant.
Not the sergeant. Okay. So you make a half move and a single strike. So you're at -5.
Okay.
Okay, the stormtrooper attempts to dodge, and he does not. I'd like you to roll damage.
Yeah, I can't press that. Give me a second. Oh, why is it going to advanced roller? It's off advanced roller. Advanced roller again. You bastard, fuck off. Pressing it wrong. There we are. D10. 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 That'll be a 9 and an 8.
Okay.
Plus a 9 and a 5. So 18, 23.
Okay. It might be it's a similar situation to Canny where, let's see, 23 minus... It's got a pen of 3 as well, hasn't it? So that's -3, -6. Yeah, it might be a situation, it's a bit similar to Canny where as long as you hit, it's probably good enough. And that's the case here. Final Darkness slams into the stormtrooper, cuts through his carapace armor like a hot knife through butter, and you know he twitches as he's dragged around on the motor mechanism. There's only one stormtrooper left.
That's interrogation.
I take him alive. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, next up it's Quintius.
Is he right-handed?
The sergeant.
Yeah.
You believe so. He's holding his shotgun with his right hand on the trigger.
Okay. Quick draw. First of all, free action. Jangle Spaffer, Mathis, when you're ready, we're in a bit of bother. Gonna quick draw the mono knife that I bought down on the world Orpheus 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to bring up the revolver. Yeah. Point blank.
Dragon operating a pack of Jaffa cage. Sorry, Dave.
Single shot, half aimed, plus 50. I'm aiming for his hand with the shotgun. So plus 30.
So you're doing a cold shot. You could try to shoot him in his hand. Is that right?
Shooting his shotgun trigger hand. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, blast the trigger finger off. That's a great idea.
Point blank. Off we go. Boom.
Okay. He's going to attempt to dodge. Oh no. He does dodge your...
Of course he does.
Actually, I was about to say I should probably save it for... No, but Arnold's already been. So I'm afraid that he does dodge your... I think I've rolled a 1, Dave.
That's fine. I'm not here to hurt things. I'm here to make things dodge.
Okay.
I think you should be able to counter-attack if he does that. Like, if you roll the 1. Like...
Okay, so the sergeant...
Fuck off, Johnny! The fuck? We're supposed to be on the same team, man. Don't give Alan ideas.
Yeah,
you floozy.
The sergeant is going to make a half move. He moves out of your engagement range, Arnold. You get an attack of opportunity.
I'm gonna aim for the bottom of... Oh no, I'll just take it. I'll take it, no aims, no nothing. I'll take it. See where it lands. Hopefully his legs. -5.
Okay, the final darkness catches on him. He tries to back off in order to pull a shot at you, Arnold, but you're too wily to let him get away from you now that you're in his danger zone. So, roll damage. Ooh, weakness. So let's see. Can you actually fail to kill someone? Let's see. So 5. 5 plus what do we say? Plus 9.
11.
5 -3 for Arbor.
What do you say? So it's actually plus 14 minus 3. So it's not a clean blow, Arnold. It's not a clean blow, but you catch him well enough, and you wing him with the final darkness, and the sergeant drops the ground. It takes him a little longer to die, but he bleeds out in fairly fast order. He doesn't die instantaneously like the other ones.
Who sent you? Can somebody take him by that?
I'm going to start dragging the bodies into the bedroom.
Okay, Arnold, you start dragging the bodies. We are now out of initiative. Combat has ended. You've survived the assassination attempt. I didn't know how that one would go. I thought it would probably be a whitewash one way or the other, but it actually was a bit more nervy than I thought. But I did wonder whether I'd just stun all 3 of you and then You know what I mean?
Dark Heresy combat is always brutal, but it's not always predictable which way it's brutal.
No,
it's like it tends to be really swingy, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel quite chuffed there. I had a bad feeling about those guys, and that's why I knocked Quintus out of the way and got myself in the door.
No. That's why you tried to knock Quintus out the way. But he's been working out, mate. And he's fucking hard now.
I like the gratuitous use of fate instead. But yeah, no, I mean Arnold definitely came into his element in that combat. It's almost
aside as well, because that was cool. It gave me a chance to try out the new weapon. So, Alexa's going to stand, put down the heavy machine gun, and she's going to stand and look wistful and go, combat testing, 100% effective. Okay. And then she's going to start getting dressed as if nothing has happened.
As this fight comes to an end, I'm going to say in earshot of everyone, not over the Vox, I'm going to say in earshot, Vox silence. And then over the Vox, in Arnold's voice, which I can do, because I've listened to Arnold for more than an hour, in Arnold's voice, I'm going to say, Quintus is down. I think he's dead.
Quintus is down. I think he's dead.
No, don't repeat it, you fucking dog god.
Okay, so Quintus, you it's a bit strange for you, Arnold, hearing your own voice over the comms, but you think you realise what Quintus is up to.
Okay.
So you comms out, and you receive comms. I should have said before, you also received comms back from like Mattis when you first called in. You know, you got a response. They said they were moving as quick as they could, but that was only seconds ago. It was all over. So fast.
It was over fast. I'm going to help dragging the bodies into the room, and I'm going to yell to my companions, saying, "This is retaliation. How many people knew what we've done? How many people knew about that cunt we fucking killed in the toilets? Not many."
Who have you been talking to, Quincy?
No one, Alexa. You were there in the briefing room. There was Lucius. There was that weird chat with the sword. There was who else was there? I can't remember.
There was them two and two Inquisitorial guards,
and a couple of stormtroopers. Yeah.
But what he did do is he also informed a few other members of his staff to go and basically round up the stormtroopers. But like you said, not many people actually knew what had happened.
Yeah.
And
so
Mattis wasn't involved with that, but he did. He did get the information because he was asked to take a squad to round up the traitors.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm gonna repeatedly point out right now is that there was only 4 people in that brief besides us and Nixios. Nixios isn't here too. There was 4 people besides Nixios and ourselves that know what we've done or what I've done that I've dragged you into. And this is clearly a retaliation strike. So someone in that room is not trustworthy in one way or the other. They either told the enemy or they were loose-lipped enough for the enemy to hear what they were saying elsewhere. So we have a small list of people to start with when we fucking go and get these motherfuckers and burn them.
Aye. Bastards.
Lucius, Kiyoshi, the 2 guards. That's where we start. But we pretend Quintus is dead. Agreed?
This is really meta. Are we going to end up chasing down Dave's op? That's going to get really fucking weird.
It's not.
Yeah. What? It's not weird, or it's not going to happen?
No, it's not. I don't think it's meta. I mean, I gave Kiyoshi up, didn't I? to make
Oh, okay.
Tommy Lee.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I mean, Brett.
Oh, you're just his voice when you're in the.
Yeah. Dave cameos as him, but he's no longer. Dave. We've only got one NPC. So
can we tell Alan? Can we tell them the little briefs you send me sometimes?
Sure. I mean, what did you want to tell in particular? Or
I'm just saying that sometimes I get little briefs from you saying, can you beat Kiyoshi tonight and just do your customary grunt.
Yeah, sometimes.
I don't know anything more than you guys.
Yeah,
as Kiyoshi.
Occasionally, yeah. I mean, one time I did give you a little brief, and you helped support the plot a little bit. I think you did some role play. I can't remember who it was now, I think it was with James. Maybe you did a little role play with Yarn from Kiyoshi, and that was just Dave helping me out. It's not his character anymore. Yeah, but sometimes he's just like Dave likes to.
Yeah.
He likes to,
I like to stretch my RP legs, but
it's not his character anymore. So
throw the metagaming aside. I don't know anything about Alan's campaign other than what you guys know, honestly.
That's true. That's certainly true.
So, I thought it would be. It's going to get weird if we're on both sides of the equation, which is why I'm just clarifying.
Yeah. There's definitely none of that. And so what Quintus is doing here is basically saying, Kiyoshi, Lucius, 2 fucking guards. One of those 4 people is either the enemy or is talking to the enemy. Because how else would these people be here? Why would they know that we've done something?
Seems weird that Lucius would be doing all of this.
Exactly. So that's 3. That's down to 3. Kiyoshi, 2 other fucking guards.
But let's say they also... Go on, sorry. I was going to say...
massive sentiment.
He did?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he was telling the truth.
Yeah, I think also that's weird as well. That's why would he fucking divulge Mathis? That's counterproductive. So I think probably rule Mathis out unless it's some weird fucking double block.
And this comes from Dave as a player and also from Quintius as a character. I don't trust Jagannatha. Like, there's something fucking off about Jagannatha.
Yeah, and he keeps telling us to choose the right side and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he wasn't at the brief, but he's also a very trusted member of Lucius's circle. So we don't know who Lucius has spoken to after our briefing. But what we do know is that in that briefing, there was Lucius, Kiyoshi, and 2 guards. And right now, there are 4 dead guards. So is there any way... is there any... I mean, they were wearing helmets in the meeting, weren't they, with Lucius? Is there any identifying marks on their armour that we could match to those people?
So there will be. You probably won't know how to identify those 2 guards, but Lucius probably would. And there will be a means of identifying the guards. You may or may not, know what that system is, but it's not obvious. But for you will be able to track down who those guards were. It's not like you'll never, it's not like Lucius doesn't know which guards are guarding
on duty,
or rather, it may not even be him who manages that. It's probably Mattis. But and the other thing that you've heard in the past, that the Inquisitorial Guard are the hand-picked loyalists that have been coming on multiple campaigns. So there's the stormtroopers. The guards are a higher level of trust. Let's say.
Yeah. They're given more leeway and stuff, aren't they? Generally, so they're not watched like a hawk and shit like that.
Yeah. So shortly after, in rapid response, Mattis and his stormtroop squad arrives, and I think we're going to leave it at this point. I can see we're losing Hayden a little bit. I know you're.
No, I'm listening.
No, it's also 10:30. And I know Dave, Johnny wanted to finish at 10:30.
Oh, well, no, I'm fine to carry on. I was just listening.
I might have a little bit longer.
Okay, so we'll carry on for a little bit longer. Mattis arrives. It just seemed like a good place to stop as well.
You bail.
It would have been, Alan, but we're not allowing it.
I can see that you're keen to continue. So Mattis arrives. This is a good opportunity for me to do my Scottish accent, which is well-rounded and balanced. And Mattis arrives. He comes to the door, He opens the door. He obviously has got some sort of key for all the doors, and he enters. And at his back are a squad of stormtroopers. I'd like you all to roll initiative.
I was just about to say.
I'm only joking. So Mattis goes. He looks around. Mattis looks around at the bloodbath, and he goes, "Hey, what the hell has been going on here? It looks like someone's been trying to take you out."
No, what happened, Mathis, was we were all having a good drink and a good chinwag, and that guy over there fell over. Of course they've been trying to fucking take us out. I mean, look at the place. There's shotgun shells in the wall, and my best trousers have got a terrible burr in the cuff.
He commands into his squad. You don't hear it, but you see him go into his ears, and one of the stormtroopers starts to pull out an Auspex, starts scanning the room. The other stormtroopers go to the bodies and start searching them, looking, taking the helmets off, looking to see who they are, what squads they're from.
I'm going to go and have a quick look at the sergeant, see if I recognise him.
Okay. You have not seen this sergeant before, to the best of your knowledge.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a quick pat down as well.
Okay, make a search roll.
Search roll, you say? I'm really good at search rolls. I'm not really good at search rolls. Yeah.
Okay, so he's dressed in full stormtrooper carapace. He's carrying, apart from the helm, obviously, he's carrying a pump-action shotgun filled with solid slug rounds. He has a grenade on his belt, a stun grenade, and he is also carrying some form of mono knife, which is no better than the one that you already have. You also find on him 30 thrones.
I'll take the thrones, the grenade, and the solid slug rounds, if that's okay.
Okay, well, no one seems to be stopping you.
What grenades do they have?
Okay, so are you searching the bodies as well?
I suppose, yeah, but it's.
I mean, you could have had a bit of a search before the stormtroopers arrived.
I looked at the shield, but it's split. I think it's a bit useless.
Yeah, but you've made a real mess of it. I mean, maybe Alexa could repair it, or maybe you could probably get another one.
I just have a nice smile of satisfaction as I see the calf shield before the blade of Alexa's making.
Alexa's going to walk up to Arnie and did you like it? Did you like how it worked?
Oh, yes. I must oil it very soon after I wash all the gunk out of it, maintain it. Don't worry, like baby.
I've been really trying, baby.
I do feel like we've just had a child together.
Gotta hold back this
I'm the one raising it.
for so long.
She left it in my care, and I've got to shape it.
Okay, so to answer your question, Brownie, there's one stun grenade that was found on the sergeant. There's another couple of stun grenades if you wanted to loot those.
No. Yeah, fuck it, why?
Okay, so add a couple of stun grenades to your inventory. But there's nothing more. But you do know, as you were discussing earlier, there are frag grenades to be found at the crack grenades to be found at the armory.
Stun grenades are good. They're really useful. How many solid slugs for the shotgun do I find, Alan?
Okay, so you can find, if you want to loot all of them, you can find. What was your search roll? Let's have a look.
Not great.
Not great. So you find 60 solid slug rounds.
60?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Between all of the stormtroopers, there's 3 of them with shotguns.
Okay, I'm going to put them all on my inventory, but that doesn't mean I'm claiming them all. I'm just doing it so we know what we have. If anyone else has a shotgun and they want some solid slugs.
I do have a shotgun. I'll have 10.
Okay, takes 10 solid slugs then.
Yeah, if you want to add them to your inventory.
I'll go do now.
Okay, so Mattis and his stormtroopers arrive. They start looking through it, and Mattis goes, "It seems like Kidians for the most part."
Like who? What? When?
Stormtroopers from the planet Kidir.
Never heard of it. Is it important? I mean, it can't be that important. I've never heard of it.
Stands. It's an important world.
It can't be that important.
If you say so.
I mean, if they're here, then if it was important, they'd be there looking after it. But
I've gone from Scotland to Cockney, and I need to rein it back. I need to rein it back to Scotland. And he goes, it's an important world, but there are many important battlefields.
Sound like
it seems like your bedroom is one of them.
Fucking right. And every battle has been won. And don't you forget it, Mathis.
You've done well. You done well to fend off these guys.
Why now? Why right at this moment? What? This is a precursor. They knew who. They must have known about something we told the Inquisitor. But why would they come for us? This isn't retaliation. They're trying to take us out.
It's retaliation, an eye for an eye.
Cheers. Might have gone in deep cover as a woman, identified as that, but we all know you were just another man in a dress.
I don't know what you're talking about, Arnold. Man in a dress? I mean, this sounds preposterous. No one could ever pull that off. No one's that skilled.
No one could pull off a man in a dress.
I mean, I've heard stories about people pulling off men in dresses. But that was in Gunmetal City. Not all the way out here. Wait, I think I've got the wrong end of the stick. Haha, that's what she said. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Right. Look, it's obvious to me. It's obvious to me this mutiny, this enemy that is on board is aware of our actions, our involvement in certain things aboard the ship. We need to tread carefully. Mathis.
Aye, laddie.
If anyone asks, I did not survive this engagement. Understand?
Aye. Understood. I'll put it on the official records.
I'm gonna
see him again. Goes to his ears, and you can only assume he's commsing into the other stormtroopers.
I'm gonna give it a dramatic tap of my nose.
I have a scrutiny test on this.
On Mattis, I mean, he's behind. He's got like a full face plate on. But you can make a roll, but it's difficult to gauge his facial expressions. So you can put a -20 on it.
Brilliant.
You're what? Sorry.
That's brilliant. I have worst scrutiny ever.
Okay, we'll make a scrutiny test at -20. Okay, I mean, you're not sure. You're trying to scrutinise him for what? What you trying to determine here, Arnold?
Truthfulness of his words.
I mean, yeah, you trust him.
Okay.
Okay. Mattis, the doorbell goes, or rather the door opens. You see there's Jeeves on the other side of the door, and he has a rather plump and luxurious-looking pillow.
Oh, Jeeves! Wonderful! Perfect! That's absolutely what I was looking for. That's lovely. Please, don't pay any mind to the blood and the bodies. Just put it on my bed. Take the rest of the night off. Off you go. Do whatever it is you do when you're not, Jeevesing.
He says, "My, these stains would be very difficult to get out."
That's, in the 41st millennium, Jeeves, there is only stains.
Wait till the
Get to job, manservant.
All right, Arnold, calm down. Wind it in a bit, he's just a human being.
Aren't we all?
No. No, we're not.
Jeeves lays the pillow on your bed and then heads out studiously, not looking at all the corpses and blood and shotgun holes in the walls.
Okay. Who else is there? Is Mathis and his men still there?
Yep, they're still there for now.
Okay. 53. Toilet. Quick, chop.
Are you having a briefing in the toilet?
I'm calling them to the toilet.
Is everyone going?
Alexa's just going to stand there with a hand on her head and just like shake her head.
Okay, Mattis and his squad, they start to gather up the bodies. He says, "We'll take care of this. I'll be sure to inform the Inquisitor and of his development."
Sure you will.
Okay, so Quintius calls a meeting in the toilet.
Okay, we go to the toilet.
Are you joining him, Jan?
Yeah, man.
Okay, and Alexa, you're deciding against it.
She shakes her head, but then she walks over, looking a little bit sort of peevish.
I'm gonna have another shower while this is happening and clean my axe at the same time.
Are you naked while you're showering?
Does it matter?
Yes.
It's 41st millennium.
No, it matters to me. It matters to Dave. For roleplay purposes.
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm gonna shut the door. I'm gonna shut this door to the cell block. This door here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna speak in a very low voice. I'm gonna say to everyone, turn off your comm beads.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I'll just a second.
Jan, when you're looking at Quintus, you can't help but notice there's a little bit of sticky foam on his shoulder. It's quite off-putting.
He got something on his shoulder.
Oh yes, that was from Kara earlier. She fucking raped my pillow to death or something. I don't know what. It was all a bit weird. But anyway, fuck that. It's not important. Right.
They say cat monkeys do that when they're trying to become dominant over,
Is it, or is it some weird kind of alien pillow? And
I mean, she can try and become dominant as much as she wants. At the end of the day, she's a 18-inch tall cat monkey, and I can I can snap her neck like a twig.
No,
so,
what they could do things to you while you sleep.
I mean, you're missing the point. Let's get back to the important moment. The thing. Right. Look, listen. Pay attention, Arnold. All of you. Listen to me. I know I talk a lot. I know I talk some shit. But I've realized something tonight. There was only 4 people besides us, as I've said earlier, in that briefing room, right? So one of those 4 people is not trustworthy. I think it makes sense to disclude Lucius. Because at the end of the day, why would he be sabotaging himself? So one of those people, Kyoshi or those other 2 goons, are not trustworthy. I called Mathis earlier in a panic and he turned up. I've told him to tell everyone that I'm dead. Right? So, Mathis is one of Lucius's most closest allies and friends, right?
Right.
He's the interrogator.
So, moving forward in our investigation, if I continue to pretend to be dead and we tell no one that I'm alive and anyone comes forward thinking I'm alive, we know that we know that Mathis is also untrustworthy. Correct?
What about the stormtroopers that came with Mathis?
Well, yes, and those 2. We're narrowing things down. We're dividing and conquering, Yarn. Before tonight, we knew not where the divisions of sides lay. But now we know two things. One of the 4 people in that room is untrustworthy.
Can I interject with you, Dave, just to clear something in your head? There's also a few more names you might want to add onto your list who also were aware that, who also got some information. So Kiyoshi took a squad of Inquisitorial Guard, as did Yuki Gleeflesh, as did Mattis, who's already on your list. So each of them was informed about this development and took a squad of Inquisitorial Guards to round up the traitors at Lucius's command. And the other person was Nathaniel, the adept. He was giving the names in order to see if he could see any patterns or work out any discrepancies as to how these names were put onto the ship, in order to see if there's any other way or any patterns he could see to lead to other conspirators. So your web, if you like, is slightly larger than you're saying in a minute. Just to.
All right. So yeah, I'll put those names in and clarify that.
Yep.
But I will also add that if we report me as dead now, after this, the only people that know that I am not are the 4 of us in this room, Mathis, and the stormtroopers that are with him right now. Never mind fucking Yuki and Kiyoshi and everyone else. The only people that will know I'm actually alive are the people in there now. And so if somehow word gets out that I'm alive, we know that we can't trust these fuckers too. And I'm going to go back into deep cover.
That seems logical.
Good.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay. That sounds like a very good plan, Quintius.
It's I'll be honest, Arnold, it's not really a plan. It's more like a reaction to current events. But we can narrow it down if we keep doing this sort of thing. If we keep finding out if we keep learning who knows and killing certain people and leaving certain people alive and giving them information, sooner or later we'll be able to narrow it down to key individuals. And then we take them out.
It's like a good plan. Worked before, it might work again. I've got a food cart ready for the next one.
I hope it works again, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be very alone in the port gunnery section.
I thought he was going to say the toilets.
No, that's actually one of my least fearful memories. Truth be told, I think I could have handled that. I mean, come on, that was a joke, Arnold. Come on.
Okay, look at Quintus. Laugh a little bit more.
Jan, what do you think?
I was taking a piss.
I thought you were. So my idea is that we know that there's 4 people that were in the briefing. Lucius, who we can exclude because why would Lucius be trying to sabotage his own operation? So there's Kiyoshi, 2 other guardsmen, and then we also know that knowledge that we gave them is extended to Mattis and Yuki. Okay, so that's 7 people. 6 people excluding Lucius. So we know there's 6 people that know what we know, right? And what I've just suggested is we pretend that Quintius is dead.
Are we still locked in the toilet?
At the moment,
well, it's not locked, but yeah, the door's shut.
But what I've just suggested, Jan, is that we pretend that I'm dead, that Quintius is dead, and we've told what's his face.
I'm gonna just Quintius, moment, please. I'm gonna come out of here. I'm gonna Is that there?
The service call, make an awareness test, plus 10. Yeah, you don't see anything untoward in here. You don't see the servo skull that's hovering up in the corner of the room. You don't see it, James.
I'm gonna carry on. I'm balls deep in this. I'm gonna tell Jan. You see, it's quite simple. The thing is, if we've just talked. Who was
Are
it?
you coming
We
in
just
closer?
told?
Was there some
Yuki.
humming? Is there some humming somewhere? Are you getting real? Are you moving up to that position, James?
Yeah.
And there's a humming. It seems to be getting louder. Are you not sure where it is? Make another awareness test, James. This time at plus 30.
So the thing is, Jan, I've told Yuki that I'm dead, and his people know who I am. So we know that if they know I'm not dead, that they're in on the whole thing. You understand?
You could swear you could hear this humming, Jan, and yeah, as you come up to this corner of the room and you look in the uppermost corner of a chamber, in this darkened corner, you see hovering up there a small servo skull. Very small.
Right. Hmm.
I assume I have no idea it's there.
Well, you're inside the thing at the minute. You're not sure what's... Jan, maybe it's a prescience, but Jan...
Oh, no.
Jan's got the
absolutely
inkling of
not.
something, but
I'm
Jan's
not
got
inside.
an inkling of something.
I'm following Jan around
Okay,
Cell,
alright.
telling him my grand plan about how I believe that if we can pretend I'm dead, certain people will believe I'm dead, but certain people won't have a clue. And if the knowledge that I'm really alive gets out, we know who to blame. That's why I'm babbling away to Jan about that.
Now I'd like you to make an awareness test, Quintius.
Ah.
As you're close up here as well. And I'd like you to try to plus 10.
Really hope I fail this.
I approve of the self-gimping.
Yes. I just carry on babbling my conspiracy theory that I'm laying.
But yeah, Jan, you see up there, it's a very small servo skull.
Right, well, I'll telekinesis it to me.
Okay, make a manifestation roll, please.
Oh, do I? No, I'm just going to fling it into a wall.
Okay.
Where is it? Ooh. Oh no, actually, I will use Weapon Jinx.
Okay.
So that's a 1 dice set.
Understand, Jan? It's quite simple, really. It's genius that if they know I'm dead, but they know I'm not really dead, then they were in this room, which means it was
Roll a D100, please, Jan. If you'd be so kind.
Please possess me.
You seem to be having a possess me. I want to be possessed. What did you?
I want to become the villain. I want to become the villain of the campaign. It would be glorious.
37. Okay. So the power goes off. You get a -5 on these as well, don't you? Is that right? So 32. So all of the mirrors in the shower block crack and smash. Oh no, sorry, they don't actually. They distort and ripple. So in the showers, the mirrors are rippling. They shouldn't do that, right? Any reflective surfaces, the shiny bits that Arnold has, they too are rippling. And they've never done that before.
Why did you call this these mushrooms? Tea. Fucking rip my tits off.
So the weapon jinx goes off and the power shorts out on the server skull and it falls to the floor at your feet, Jan.
Yeah, well, I'll grab it as it falls.
Okay, you grab it. And it's become, it's obvious that this server skull was watching you, and you don't know much about technology, but you suspect that it was here as some form of spy.
Right, I'm going to take it to Alexa. Alexa wasn't in the toilet with us, was she?
She was, yeah. Quintius, you now see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Do I?
So, I'm going to look at Quintius with the servo skull in my hand and a finger over my lips. Babylon, man. Be quiet.
It's a bit late for this, isn't it, Quintius? Eh?
I'm gonna look at what he's got in his hand, shrug, and carry on babbling my plan. Well, it's quite simple, If people think I'm dead, they won't suspect me, and then I can don my disguises, and I'm going to follow him back to the toilets as he goes to talk to Alexa, completely oblivious to the fact that it's all just come crashing down.
Don't do that.
Alexa's going to examine this servo skull.
Okay, you're going to have a look at it. I'd like you to make a tech use test.
And all the time Alexa's looking at it, I'm still going to go in. And then what we could do is we could create a network of spies throughout the ship that are all dead, and everyone would think we're really dead, but really some people would know we're still alive, and everyone would be like, "Oh, I'm so confused."
I don't know what you mean.
I'm going to look at everybody and say, how long these things have been watching us?
I can examine it and get back to
Oh, yes, me too. Yes, me. Sorry, I have to roll for you. So I'm rolling a tech use test for you now, Johnny.
Yeah.
Who's been watching us? What are you talking about, Jan?
I'm talking about these tiny servo skulls that aren't on Alexa's list.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and interface with it and stuff as well.
Just gonna look at the servo skull that Jan's pointing out for a good solid 20 seconds ago. Fuck. Fucking hell. Everything I do is ruined by stupid fucking bullshit skulls and dickheads.
Okay, so Alexa, you interface with the skull. It is a scanning and recording servo skull. But as far as you can tell, Alexa, this servo skull has been put here by the ship itself.
Okay.
It seems as if Mother has been keeping an eye on you.
She's just going to look at it and go, I can detect no trace on this. It appears to be a routine servo skull on board the ship. Doesn't seem to be powered from anywhere other than from the ship.
A routine servo skull? What? So, it's not in on my incredibly cunning plan?
I believe that is the case.
Ha! Fucking exquisite! Then the cunning plan is still on.
Okay, guys, and on that note, a cunning plan is still on. We shall leave the session there. It's 11 o'clock.
I'm fucking dead, bitches.
Nice session.
Well, guys,
really good fun.
nice to have some combat for the first time in about 10 sessions.
I smell like shit, so I had to attack him. I'll stop him from getting in.
Yeah, you came in sure in that game, Arnold. So I say Arnold.
You did well.
I had to be a bit rude to Quintius. He's still got to apologise for that.
I mean, if you'd have shouldered him out of the way and combat hadn't have happened, he might have been pissed off. But the fact that you did it and combat happened, I think Quintius might understand.
Yeah, it's just a shame that it's just kind of funny.
It's a shame it didn't work.
It's a fate. Well, it's funny that you had to use a fate point to make it work.
In my head, what happened was Arnold grabbed one guy, dragged him in. Quintius blew the brains out of another one. Jan fucking, crushed a third, and then Quintius yelled, "Get down!" Alexa gunned the fourth one down, and we had a prisoner. But that didn't fucking happen, did it?
No,
it was a lot more slapstick.
I ended up carving a lot of people up. That weapon, Final Darkness, is.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really do anything. I did about fucking 7 wounds or something.
I enjoyed the heady stubber as well, and I'm glad it was nicely happened nicely that I was able to use it as well when we moved out of the way and stuff. That was cool. I liked that a lot.
Yeah,
that was really slick. Very slick.
You know what, Johnny? When I kill something, it's like you killing something.
Yeah, man.
All right, that's weird. Anyway.
Well, it's
like we share the enjoyment, the satisfaction, a mutual satisfaction.
Yeah,
there's definitely a bit of a difference in the combat potential of the characters. Hopefully, that can maybe be resolved somewhat in the next shopping episodes, I suppose. But at the minute, there's definitely a bit of a gap between the combat potential of.
I don't know what you're talking about, Alan, but I do believe that we're starting to learn teamwork. That's for you, Alan, with your bullshit theories about differences between combat potential. I mean, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We're all very evenly matched. Go fuck yourself. I really enjoy the fact that I spend everyone else's turn working on the most optimum thing I can do, which is I'm just going to shoot this guy with a pistol. I do nothing. I really enjoy that.
Just need a better gun, Dave.
No, honestly, it's not just about the gun. It's about Quintius's stats and my luck as well.
Yeah, exactly. You've also, you've spec'd your character in a different way.
Yeah, exactly. That's not what he's for. He was never
specialised.
Yeah. I'm the face. I was never built for combat. I'm built to survive combat, but not to be
act like you can
be combat. Yeah.
Well, even just surviving in combat is really useful because that means they're attacking you and they're not attacking someone else. So.
Exactly. That's the route I'm going to take with Quintius. I'm going to be going down dodge, wall of steel, the other double dodge thing that you can get, shit like that. I'm not going to be prioritizing fighting with him. Maybe chucking a few grenades. I like the idea of Quintius being a grenade troll. That could be fun.
Okay, guys, I'm going to get off. Thanks for the game, and
thank you for the game, Al.
And I shall see you next time.
See you Saturday.
Saturday, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Let's begin the next level of me fucking with you. I mean, let's play the next session of D&D. I mean, I don't know why I said that. That just slipped out. I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, guys, take care.
Ciao.
Still there, Brownie?
Yeah. Just having a little bit of a pain, so might be a few more. It was a while longer. Excited for the new Zelda.
Oh yes, pre-booked.
Yeah, where are you getting it from? Game.
Amazon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just pre-booked it. Amazon, £53 with a poster.
That's wrong.
Yeah, it's going to be that price, whatever tab sale you get.
Yeah. Got to pay the tax, but I think you'll probably get your £50 worth out of it. You
definitely will get £50 worth out of Zelda. We've just been helping Freya go through number 1 because she
cool.
She's a bit like me. She's a bit of a pure completionist. She got so far around and got to a point where everything was easy. She went, "No, I want to start again and keep myself weak." But she never completed the first time round, so we're doing it. Her profile ready for the game. So I've been spamming a bit and getting loads of items and shit, man. I've been on a Guardian killing mission this afternoon for just timing the bloody shots all the time with a shield. Like, come on, you
Yeah,
can one go.
I'm quite looking forward to it because Alison just likes to watch me play it. We sit there working out together and shit. It's quite fun.
I'm pretty psyched for it, to be honest. It'll be really good.
I've been playing Xenoblade 3 a lot.
Loses his hand, won't he?
What's that?
In the new one, he's got a mechanical arm in the trailers, by the looks of it.
Oh, what was that then?
Cool. Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea.
That's only sort of something I've picked up on the trailers, but I do think he might have like lost his arm and he's got a replacement sort of like Sheikah technology and stuff. So yeah, I think that's his Sheikah slate now. Is his new arm. I've seen some sort of like combat playthroughs with some of the bosses and bad guys and stuff, and look awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a bit of a different vibe. I bought Jedi as well, so I've been smashing that on PC.
What have you been playing?
Jedi Survivor.
Is it good?
Fallen Order was the first one. But yeah, it's great. It's delicious, proper delicious Star Wars game. If you get a chance to get Fallen Order, get your hands on it because that's the one before it. And Survivor.
I've only got a Nintendo, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's available on Nintendo or not.
Not like either. The one I want to play is Dark Side.
It is a bit of a solid PC game.
Yeah, I haven't played PC for a long time. I do miss it, but it's just having the space for it. Like, I've got 2 Switches. We can game each other as well. Like, if me and Owen go on Fortnite now, and we've been getting first place quite a lot. Like, I had 5 goes today, and in those 5 matches, I got first place. Like, yes! I'm quite chuffed by that.
Yeah,
first place twice, sorry.
Yeah, I know not everything's available on the Switch, but some things are, and the graphics just downsized to be able to play it.
Yeah, which is quite nice. I'm really, really, really looking forward